Killer fish. Killer fish from San Diego. I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
Hello, it is me, Reza Gaming. Welcome back to some more Oxygen Not Included. Today, I've decided to start a new run with the Aquatic Planet Pack. Originally, I was going to do one of my starting biome challenges. We have a couple of them on YouTube. But I realized that actually starting without the Marinia biome is pretty easy, because you have plenty of oxygen just being produced naturally on the map by the flue corals. You can get plenty of food from the water weeds and the fish, and there's plenty of dirt and water in the other biomes for research, so it doesn't really seem like that much of a challenge. Maybe we'll do the Oasis one at some point. Oh, hello Zarek. Yeah, what did the map look like without the starter biome? Well, there's not a very clear border between the reef biome and the starting siltstone biome, so it was pretty messy, in all honesty. So yeah, that's why we're not doing that. But instead, today, we're going to be starting a new run. We're going to be using Bionic Duplicants only in the Aquatic Planet Pack. Because while obviously Bionic Dupes are going to have some issues with all the water on the map, there is plenty of free power from the Tidal Turbines, and we know that we have easy access to ammo suits because it's Thimble Reeds. So in theory, I feel like it should actually be pretty powerful, and we should have a go at it. Yes, hope you do well. Uglavisk, you're indeed first. Ayla Evo, Zarek, Kunactien, you do well. No starting biome with normal dupes, can you rush to oxygen in 2 minutes? Yeah, all you need to do is find a reef biome underneath you and dig it out. You could definitely do that. But yeah, let's actually have a look. So we're gonna do this on the spaced out version of Marinia. I want to see what the difference is with the smaller asteroid, and because someone mentioned it a while ago, I am actually going to pick one with crashed satellites. We know that Marinia does not have a lot of radiation by default, and we don't often play with crashed satellites, but it strikes me as something interesting to test out. The point of this run, apart from seeing how feasible Bionic Dupes are, is what kind of crazy synergies can we find in Marinia with the other DLC packs and other mechanics. So, short-term goal is to survive. I think the long-term goal is going to be to get the resin boiling stuff that we've been talking about in the Prehistoric Planet Pack working with the new Tepidizer mechanics. When you run out of you actually run out of oxygen, PO2 has always been there for me. Yeah, most of those starting biomeless challenges, you just don't immediately find oxygen and you die. Unless you do Bionic Dupes and you have a couple of cycles as a buffer. But I'm pretty confident you can just do it normally, with normal dupes this time. Because a lot of those reef biomes are naturally just exposed. We're going to Printerceptor it or have a resin asteroid. Well, we didn't have the Printerceptor last time, so we are going to have the Printerceptor in the story traits. I think this is fine. You know what, I'm going to turn the Biobot builder off. we'll put the ancient specimen in instead. We are going to scramble the DLC biomes in. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. Can we guarantee all of these biomes and see how that goes? This might be a little bit much to fit into the spaced out one, but this is one of the medium-sized asteroids, so I think there will be a little bit of room. We'll see. But we're going to mix everything in and have some fun. But we should still start surrounded by the reef biome and things, so we should have plenty of water to start with. I want to start a new run. Don't know what I want to do, because what I did recently was all achievers skewed and Frosted Planet Pack and all food run. Have a go with Oasis if you haven't done that for a while. Oasis is a lot of fun. Hello, the real legitimate Mont Blanc. Infinite power at the cost of your morality. Yeah. The Bionic Dupes will be fine. Right, let's get started then. So, yeah. Only Bionic Duplicants. Oh. Of course it didn't germinate. Okay, maybe we're going to have to do this with the classic. I do want to play... Oh, that's a shame, because that one actually had the friggin' crash satellites as well. How about I set it to likely? Let's try that instead. And then story traits, do that, and then let's re-roll until we actually get one with crash satellites. We'll just go with the first one. Okay, geodes, metal-rich, mixed boulders. That sounds good. And then, yeah, that's all good. Okay, let's try that. A shame. I was looking forward to that one. But yeah, I guess we don't know what other DLC biomes we'll find. But I'm really, really hoping that we find lure plants. Yeah. Is this going to be a long playthrough? Maybe. I think I will aim for it to be a long playthrough. We know Bionic Dupes are strong for long playthroughs. If it goes well, then yes. Share the seed? Yeah. Oh, what? You're going to try and play it along with me? That sounds fun. We'll do that when we load in. But yeah, let's make sure it's Bionics only. Now, this is going to be rough. They obviously don't start with the swim hack booster. So no swimming to start with. We've got our Bionic femboys at the ready. Right, what do we want? What do we want? Let's see. Think about which boosters we're going to get as well. Because remember, you can't start with a researching booster. You have to actually make it yourself. Probably starting with an electrical engineering booster so we can just do soldering station stuff. But we also know that you can get this from a skill pretty easily. So maybe that's not something we actually need to worry about. We need to remember that they only start with 5 in their skill, and they start with an extra 2 athletics, so that's not bad. I think, how about a builder, a digger, and... It might be difficult to find a ranching person otherwise. Although, that being said, we probably are going to do ranching. We're going to be ranching the beacons for our oxygen. That is definitely a plan. You're sitting there waiting for HSV to go active because I want to test my design on cold test about rebuilding. Thanks for being content. No worries. I'm very content. Yeah, we're definitely going to do bloaters. So we probably will just start with a ranching person, but we obviously want to re-roll to get the traits we want. So I believe that's probably just going to be urbanite. Decreased cuisine, decreased agriculture. And then we've got to make sure one person, probably the rancher, has not got decreased agriculture. And we also want to make sure that our digging person... Actually, we have a mix. If we don't start with a construction person, building is going to be quite slow. But we also aren't going to have access to extreme digging until we build an extreme digging booster. Maybe we start them with the extreme digging booster and then make the regular digging booster, because you can make that at the crafting station. Sounds good. Yeah, decreased husbandry and medicine sounds good for you. Yeah. Yeah, I think the electrical engineering booster is quite strong. Because it means you don't have to put that skill point into the soldering station. Oh, maybe we'll do this. We'll have access to microchips. I think this makes sense. I don't want you to have disassociative, though. Decreased science. Not sure I really want that either. Definitely don't want decreased machinery. You don't have that many choices. You definitely don't want decreased construction. We definitely don't want decreased athletics. Yeah, there really aren't that many choices, are there? Well, the good news is, our ranchers don't necessarily have to be our farmers, so I think picking between urbanite and disassociative is the way to go. Because that way we're not actually going to... That way we're not actually going to clash on anything important. Maybe better just gun it with the boosters that will cost 8 microchips to make. That's kind of what I'm going for. I can't remember whether the extreme digging one requires 8 microchips. But I feel like the construction is very helpful early on. But yeah, even then, you can just make construction boosters pretty quickly if you need to. So maybe you're right. We could be a lot more modular once we get started. Yeah, Extreme's in the soldering station. It's not moonlets. It's in Spaced Out. It's like the Folia and the Quagmyrus asteroid. It's still actually quite large, but you don't have everything on your main asteroid. It's how easy it is to roll Dupes. Otherwise, I could spend a good 30 minutes re-rolling for an operating slime idea. Yeah, you know me. I love to re-roll. Yeah. I've got the sailor uniforms. I think we're just going to go with the construction booster. Now, what are we going to call this one? The Golden Moon Base. That sounds good. Okay. You just got printed. Now sleep, I need microchips. Yes. We will probably do a little bit of that. Alright, let's go. And again, a reminder, you can certainly rename Duplicants if you want. It's a channel point thing. And if this goes well, we'll probably stick around for a while. And if it doesn't go well today, then we'll just restart and try and get a good run going again. But I think we'll be fine. We just need to not get them wet. It's also actually very important that we don't get the power banks wet. Because the power banks get flung everywhere to start with. That's going to be too loud. Let's turn it to 90, I think. How do YouTube people rename dupes? I don't know. You know, I hadn't actually thought about that. I think there may be a way to convince me to rename dupes. Right. Okay, first of all. Schedule. Get rid of this. We won't need that. Probably just put the 6 downtime here. Probably not going to give the bedtime. I think I will make a bedtime-only schedule. Oh, what's going on? Why am I getting an error 2000 already? I'm back. Stupid Twitch. The bar of your minds, yes. Right. Okay. Ulti, which one? Which one do you want to rename? Oh, yeah, obviously. What name? Zero. Which ulti? No, that's a Z. Okay. Yeah, there you go. The nice little quaff. You also have one functioning eye. Okay, cool. Right. We can't get wet. We're gonna have to get wet to start, actually. You can dig this. Oh my god, is this really gonna be how it goes? Shall I see how long we can go for without getting wet, or are we just gonna have to actually get wet at some point? I think that probably is gonna have to happen at some point. I wish it would highlight the skills where they're negative in like a deep blue or something. That would be handy to me. I mean, let's just have a look at the start. Medicine. Yeah, you're the same. And then your cuisine and agriculture. Okay. That will do. Let's enable proximity. There you go. Did you see the stats of your mouse over the face? I mean, I'm sure we can, but like, it's fine. Right. Before we go, let's open our loot. We've got 6 loot boxes. We gotta do this. We gotta get the loot boxes. I know I do all dupes. I spam ultis for the ultimate base. Nice. We got some gloves. We got the pink lavatory. I'm pretty sure we already have this, so it's a duplicate. We definitely already have the puzzle cube light, but that's a nice one. We got the diagonal algae wallpaper. We got the bright slug point. We got the frilly slate gloves. I must have got like dozens of these over the years. Right. Okay. So I think the order of the day is going to be making ladders so we can go and access metal. Now where? And then we can make mesh tiles. So there is metal, it's over here. Let's start... Actually, let's just start getting over here because then we can get more building material. But yeah, we need to make sure that the power banks don't get wet. So you guys could start building ladders. And we can dig that and start sweeping everything up. I don't want you to dig back walls to start with. Hello, Ion Elgis on YouTube. Congratulations on your membership, by the way. I forgot to mention that when you first showed up on YouTube, but thank you very much for that. There is an exclusive video for you to watch about spigot seals at the moment. We're going to release the spigot seal video on Thursday to the general public, but you get to watch it first. Right, what else do we want to do? More ladders over here, I think. Yeah, keep building these, and then we'll dig in here. Probably won't dig any back walls for now. There's a tidal turbine that's pretty easy to hook up. I think what we want to do is we actually want to fill it with airflow tiles, or maybe just regular tiles to start with. And then... Oh, you're getting the liquids. That's fine, it's your choice. If you chose to get in the liquid... Oh my god. I don't really have much choice in that, do I? I'm hoping you will get out of the liquid when you feel like you have a reasonable choice. They get 200% stress per cycle from being in liquids. And it's not all liquids, but water is definitely one of them that exists. Let's also, actually, let's add idleness to the diagnostics so we can check about that going on. The swimsuit and the rubber boots offer some protection. Yes, we'll go grab these immediately. Good news is we can make some more ladders. And I'll put that there. Get you to sweep that. These guys are not going to be super dynamic at the start. And we will try and drain all of the water, all of the clean water generally into a little pool. I think. The bloater is working hard already. That's good. That's good. There is more metal over here. That's good. So what we could do is... I probably actually want to put a tile here. Let's dig this back wall. Am I gonna put an actual tile there? No. I'm probably gonna put an actual tile here. So let's dig this back wall, and then I will get you to start digging up this metal, and we will come in here and have a look. And then you can start making some more mesh tiles. Yeah, let's definitely get someone hooked up right away. Which dupe are we gonna give the swimwear? Probably the digger, right? So that would be Zarek. So Zarek can have both of these. Sounds good to me. And then, obviously, we don't want to let the sand out, but there is some metal. I actually kind of want to build a ladder here so we can get that metal as well. I'll get someone to do that quickly. Hello, Arcturus RX. You can dig up the back walls. You can! So there's actually a lot more material on the Marinia asteroid than you would think. The dig tool has been changed, so you can now filter the natural back walls for digging as well. And you can filter plants as well, it's very handy. But it does mean, if you're actually planning on putting tiles somewhere, because you can't dig the back wall behind the tile, you'll want to actually dig the back wall first. Otherwise, it's going to get very awkward very quickly. Some structures destroy back walls. Yeah. Right, Zarek is wearing the boots. Zarek is going to get out of their femboy clothing. Sorry, I'm forcing the move now, aren't I? Right, there you go. There you go, very good. So, I should probably test what your actual stress is now, right? So let's have a look at your stress. So now, it's going up 200% per cycle. Okay. So the swimwear does not affect... The swimwear does not affect the liquid exposure. We actually have a look in here. So, swimwear... It protects the wearer from soggy feet and sopping wet. So those are other stress sources, but they're not the Bionic Duplicant stress sources. And then the rubber boots... It's soggy feet and slippery floors. I mean, maybe I should give two different dupes the different things, but probably not. How long does that 200% last for after they exit the water? It goes away immediately. They only get stressed when they're in the water, so that's good. Suits protect for knee-high liquids. Basically, you can pass through liquid lock, so don't worry. Really? Okay, I didn't know that. That is fair enough. Right. We know that we're going to be dumping clean water down here somewhere. I think what we'll do is we'll plan... Okay, we need to actually keep digging up metal. Oh, we need the research for mesh tiles. Wait, where's the portal? Oh, there... Oh, for fuck's sake. There's the portal. Right. Okay, this is fine. We can drain all this water into here. So let's just... I think for now it's going to be put the ladder there, and then don't dig the back wall. Dig up these tiles, and then we're just going to have to let the water out in such a way that it drips down here in an organized manner. Okay. And then let's put a regular tile here. Actually, you can just jump over this gap, can't you? Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to put a regular tile here so that we actually don't let the metal into the water. So I'm going to cancel this dig for now. I don't want to let the metal into the water. The good news is, we don't necessarily have to have all of our rooms working right away because they're Bionic Dupes. Okay, so now we can do this and the metal isn't going to get in the water. Then we can get over here and we can start looking at this. We can sweep this water up. I think what we'll do is we'll get the tidal turbine surrounded and then we'll fill it up. Okay. I'm going to have to keep a close eye out for idle dupes because this is going to happen a lot. I will dig... I'll dig that metal because it's easy enough for you to grab. And then we'll want to think about rooms. So we won't really need bedrooms because they can just put the microchips wherever they want. We'll probably put mesh tiles here to start with. We'll want the crafting station fairly soon as well. The crafting station is probably going to go here. But we definitely just want to get this research first. I think what I'll do as well is I'll actually... I'll get them to dig these 3 tiles, or these 2 tiles out. That should be pretty easy for you to do. Okay, just dig that 1 tile out, that's fine. I could actually dig this through in here as well. Is that something we urgently need to prioritize? Probably not. Okay, there's gum palms up here. There's actually 2 gum palms right next to each other. That's pretty good. Nematrek, name a mini fridge after you. You can name the mini fridges. Okay, we're going to disassemble this one. I'm probably not going to remember that immediately, Nematrek. Do you want me to name a dupe for now, and then I can change it later at your request? Is that alright? Because I'm not going to remember that otherwise, I'm just being honest. Okay, I'm going to name Sonia Nematrek, if that's alright with you. I'll put in brackets, fridge. Actually, you know what? I won't put it in brackets. The brackets are a weird font in this game. There you go. You have Sonia's hair. Yes, it is not bad. There's 5 of them. There are 5 of them. Good luck, Kunaktian. Hope it goes well. We got the Starnicles over here. I'm definitely going to be leaning on the beacons mostly. I don't think we're going to be doing a lot of ranching other than beacons. Probably the slow goes from Musin, because we want that for liquid locks, so we control all our water. We'll probably do some more stuff with poke shells on this run as well. Now, let's dig this out. Is there... Yeah, you dig that out. That's fine. And then you're going to have to get out of there. So... Get over here. You are sadly not going to beat the liquids. That's fine. We'll let that drain for now. What else could we do? If I put, like, I don't think I really want to dig this liquid out. What I could do is I could dig down here. That would let it go. Beach chair is so good. Beach chair is unbelievably strong in this version of the game now. Because you get the +5 morale even without any light. And it's only one schedule block, as you say. It's probably one of the best morale buildings in the game at this point. Right, Tidal Spring is here. Let's see. I think what we will do is we'll continue to dig out offending tiles. For now. I guess I'll get rid of these as well. We'll wait for this liquid to pour down and then we'll start sweeping that up. I'm just going to keep actually digging tiles. More metal would be good as well. Algae for oxygen is probably also something to prioritize. Let's do this. You like this title? Not even 8 normal dupes to be sleepers? No, I don't think so. We'll have... No, that's true, actually. We enabled George, but we didn't enable... Oh, you know what? Actually, don't do these, because we're climbing on this for now. We enabled George, but we did not enable... We don't want to actually have sleepers. Not very sensible. Time to restart? Nah. Maybe we'll do George at the end. No, not George. The sleep machine. That's what you mean. Yeah, the Somnium synthesizer. Oh... Okay, that's not actually as much water as it looks like. I think, dig that tile. Yeah, you're fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, right, ladder. Ladder. Put that ladder here. We'll sweep this. We'll sweep that. And then... We'll have to wait for it to keep draining a little bit more. Let's put a ladder up here, and then I can start digging around here. In fact, actually, maybe that's just what we do. Maybe we just go up here for now, and then we can get in here without the liquid exposure, maybe. Am I going to build a storage bin for the batteries? Yeah, but we're not going to let the liquid flow down here yet. Have you encountered the storage bug for batteries and Atmo suits? No, what is that? Imagine the hell of boops only with no Atmo suits? Oh my god. Yeah. No, we're getting Atmo suits as soon as humanly or boopingly possible. We're gonna keep sweeping there for a little while. Unless I can actually dig out more tiles. I'll get you to... No, I don't want you to dig that. I'll get you to dig that. That should work. That should help us out. That should help out Eduardo. Right, okay, so now I can actually sweep this again. And then we'll make a little clear passageway up here, and then we'll research this. We obviously want to disassemble this for the gasket. Because we're going to need that for later. And that will do, I think. Right, you're all idle again. Oh, Zarik's going to go up here now anyways. Oh, whatever. We want the metal up here anyways, don't we? We're going to need a fair bit of metal. And then I'll just dig that. That's fine. I'll dig that tile as well. It's okay. Do sequine eat pearls directly from the plant, or do we need to harvest them? The clams... I believe the sequines actually can harvest it from the clams. They can't eat them from the plant, even if a poke shell opens the clam. Really? I thought I saw them doing it on the last run. Maybe I was mistaken. Oh, it looks like this is actually drained now. Okay, that's good. So, sweep this up. Let's get in the portal. Let's see what the research is, and then we'll go from there. There's plenty of metal up here as well. Hello, Charlie Kelly on YouTube. Hope you're doing well. Pearls will self-harvest after a while. I think that's probably just what happened. Right, let's sweep these bits as well. You don't actually get lit workspace from the little puddles. But I don't want everyone getting the chilly surroundings and the sopping feet and everything. Water is our enemy. So we obviously made these guys very happy about their start. Right, so priority 9, unlock the portal. Eduardo is giving it a go. The fish is helping out. Alright, we'll want access to the gun palms. That makes sense. What else do we want? There's water over here. There's oxygen over here, so let's grab that too. This might be a good place to actually set up a little room. Now this is salt water down here as well, so I should probably actually open up this tile. We can dig that as well. Okay, let's just see how that goes. Right, so we got the mesh tile, the tidal turbine, and the gasket pattern. Okay, good. Yeah, we did already read this. Okay, that's fine. I assume the equipment doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, I guess the pearls just opened over time. Yeah, we've already talked about the outfit choice. Yes. Now that we've actually started a new run with the skirts, you guys are going to see a lot more of the skirts. So the good thing is we can make mesh tiles now. This is really good because it means that we can actually plan our base around this water. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to put the research station here and the crafting station here. And the supercomputer is going to go here. Although, actually, what we could do is we could put the supercomputer over here and then drain the water down that way. Let's do that. Crafting station will go here. So we can remove this. And then we'll put the supercomputer here. And then we'll have a door and then we'll have a ladder. And then we'll start making our shaft going down and up here, and that should give us plenty of room from the liquids. Good. And there's 2 more gun palms. That's good. Okay, I'm liking this. Is this the same seed as my test run? No. Yeah, some people did ask for the seed. Here are the coordinates. I will paste them in chat. I will paste them on Discord. So, I pasted it in the Twitch updates bit on Discord. So there you go. Cool. Okay. My invaded planet is 90% instant death to you. You ever seen Signs? Nah, we're fine. It's not instant. It's just rapid death. If any dupe gets to 100% liquid exposure, they're kind of donezo. They will drain all of their power cells immediately, destroying stuff around them, and then they'll be incapacitated. So that's obviously not good. Okay, so I suspect what we might do to start then, because this area is going to be nice and clear of liquids. We'll want to drain out the liquids from this area as much as possible. So it might actually be that we start going down here, and then we dig these tiles, and then this gets underneath where our access shaft is going to go. We can dig through all this annoying sand. In fact, yeah, that'll do, because that'll dig that sand from the top as well. Then we can get in here, and we can go like that, and that'll be fine. Okay, and then there's a flue coral. Cool. Put the batteries in the storage bin. Yes, we could put the batteries in the storage bin. Where am I gonna actually put the base stuff? What do we want to put in so far? Well, obviously we want to put a tidal turbine in. We'll put the tidal turbines in dry areas that we can access, and then we'll sort that out. Okay. But we're going to be very careful with the water. We're not going to let any of it drip onto this. Maybe, where's the best space for a storage bin? Yeah, mucin doesn't count as liquid exposure for boops, so we're going to want to get mucin going right away. That's definitely true. I don't want these to be ages away, but this is a safe spot for a storage bin. So we'll put the storage bin here. There's no liquids up here. This will be fine. Does mucin... I presume mucin doesn't explode the batteries then. But yeah, I didn't peek at this seed at all. We actually had a different seed in mind originally. Or we were always planning on doing a crash satellites run, because we want to see how much easier radiation is with the crash satellites. We don't do it very often, and there's hardly any radiation on the Marinia asteroids, so I thought that was worth doing. But yeah. So weird seeing Dupes and Suits move so slowly while swimming, only to take off at Mach 10 as soon as they get to the bottom. Lol, yeah, it's pretty weird. Wish mucin was a valid liquid for aquatic plants. If it was, it'd be kind of busted. Obviously, we have done a video recently about slogos. Slogos are busted. They give you so much mucin. It's mostly because they're expensive to feed when you are breeding them and you're taming them. But the excess slogos that are miserable and starving also produce mucin. And you can set it up in such a way that you get an absolute ton of mucin out of the excess slogos. Particularly if you feed them bracky. So there's an absolute ton of stuff you can do with them. Right, now let's think about this. So we want the research station to go here. we'll want to have some stuff running as well. Now, this tidal turbine looks pretty well set up already, so I think what we might do is we might just try and dip in here and try and isolate this one. This is a very good sized pocket for a tidal spring. This one below it will need to pull some liquid on it, but it'll probably just be these two to start with. What do you do with all the mucin? So you can use it instead of brackine in cooking recipes, or you can actually boil it into polluted water and then boil that polluted water into steam, and you also get 30% slime out of it. So boiling it on a volcano is pretty effective. And the slime you can turn into phyto oil as well. That's very true. Lots of Bionic stuff to do here. We may also do tallow gear balm replication in this run, because I very recently discovered that mechanic. We'll be talking about it in this week's video about spigot seals, and about why you don't need spigot seals because of tallow gear balm replication. Oh, you guys will enjoy that video. Yeah. Ectobiome spigot seal supremacy. Well, yes, we do. We will have the thermal gas fishes for sulfur production. So we probably will do some spigot seal stuff on this run, because we're talking about it on YouTube. That makes sense. Let's set up the crafting station. And then we'll need to get the gunk extractor and things online pretty quickly. So I think what I'm going to do for now... Let's build some more mesh tiles here, and then we'll get rid of these ladders. And then we'll set up a manual generator and a few bits. Will we need a manual generator to start? Maybe not. Maybe we just get the tidal pool working right away. So what we could do is... Let's see. I think what I would want to do is... I could let that liquid out. Where do I want to let that liquid out? Can I let it out down here? That's what I would like to do. Although actually there's some metal there as well. This is a metal-rich asteroid. I probably shouldn't worry about the metal getting wet. I'll just get them to sweep this, and then we're going to dig over here, and then that's how we'll get to this one. And then we'll just set up a couple of regular tiles, so... How many is a good amount for this? I'll probably want to make it a little bit wider than that. I'm going to dig these back walls to start with. Like tallow balm, better, let's do that. Phyto oil means you can use the gunk quick. Yeah. Well, we'll just see what we find. We'll see what these biomes are. Here's our Thimble Reed. So we can go grab that immediately and get suits going. We got a 5th gum palm. That's nice. We know that the water is going to end up down here. So... what else do I want to do in that respect? I think what I might do for now is just dig this way. Don't dig the back walls. Then we'll get in here. Poke shells we will need to... We'll need to sort out the poke shells as well so they don't murder everything. Hello, Ginterasp2 on YouTube. You completed the Aqua Pack. No, too bad, no new dupe is too weak. They did buff the new dupe in a recent patch. They gave it +4 on all attributes in the Ancient Knowledge for +3 skill points. So that's pretty good. Any new material with interesting properties? I think the most interesting thing from just a materials point of view is the mucin, because you can boil it into water and Slogos produce so much of it. The other materials are kind of normal from a material point of view. Gum palms let you turn sulfur into a lot of useful resources. Something we talked about, something you'll find on the YouTube video this week, is gum wood can be turned into latex. You can freeze latex really easily into mostly sucrose and some polluted water. This is a great way of feeding your spigot seals. Probably the best way of feeding your spigot seals. Far superior to the fiddly bonbon tree. But I'll elaborate more on that later. What was that noise? Am I going crazy? Right, okay. Let's get rid of these ladders. This is all meshed over now, so that's good. I'll dig this tile too. Right. I think I want to make sure there's plenty of space for liquids, because I don't know exactly how much space we're going to need. I think 15 tiles might be reasonable. Let's Let's try that. Let's dig out all of this back wall as well once you've done with those tiles. I'm going to seal this up as well. And then we'll... Because I'm pretty sure it intakes 15.7 tons of liquid. That's what people have been saying. Yeah. Yeah, the gun palm is ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculous. It's a reasonable strength level. But the gun, it's not super efficient when it comes to wood production because it's only the one tree. It's not like the arbor tree where it's 5 branches, each giving 300 kilograms. But yeah. 15 tiles of water slide, that's for brine. Because it stacks up to 1,200 per tile. Salt water stacks up a bit more as well. So, that's fine. Oh, look, we've got a satellite here. Satellites give you lots of radiation. Although, most of the radiation is being damped out by the salt water at the moment. Salt water is a very effective way of blocking radiation. So we should bear that in mind. Right, I'm going to make this 4 high just to play it safe. And we're going to put ladders on these sides as well. It's imperative that we get this working as soon as possible so that we can recharge things. Ugh. I don't care if you call this cheating, but Sunshore's made a mod that prevents wild poke shells from killing other critters. That is definitely changing gameplay, so I'm not going to do it. What we'll do instead is we're going to put the poke shells in a dispenser as soon as we can. Or possibly, for now, actually, seal them in with doors. What I might do is get someone to come down here and build this. And we'll seal it in a lone passageway away from the snail. Actually, I think it's more about protecting the snail than protecting the poke shell at this point. So let's see if we can do that. You can drop 3 tile with brine versus 1 for salt water. Oh, I'm just going to do it 4 tiles. I want to experiment with it myself. It's fine. I agree that gun palm consuming sulfur is a strength. Yeah. Anything that turns sulfur into something is useful is because sulfur is literally not used for anything else. It's just used for these agriculture things with mostly DLC mechanics, being honest. And there's no shortage of sulfur on this asteroid. Right, that Slogo's safe. Yeah, let's just protect the individual Slogos. Power banks are going to go up here. Let's make that priority 9, because no water is getting in this way. Sweetles are also a pretty good source of sucrose. They excrete the sucrose at 50% mass. You do have to feed the Sweetles more than double the amount of sulfur to get the same amount of sucrose out as opposed to freezing latex. But you get the meat out of the Sweetles, so that's nice. And you can combine that with the tallow from the spigot seals to get pemmican, so that's nice. Yeah, let's just get this set up right away, I think. And then I'll probably put another ladder here, and then we'll dig that metal tile, and then we'll dig that. And then that should do. And it's also 0 extra dupe labor beyond grooming them. Yep, and if you have brackine, you don't even need to groom them. So you can have completely automated ethanol and tallow production if you just use brackine on your spigot seals and Sweetles and sulfur geyser. They need to buff the bonbon tree. Actually, what they need to do, they need to buff the ice maker. Let you fill it with more than 60 kilograms of ice and just have it process 60 kilograms of ice at a time. The main problem with that building is it takes the dupes forever to run to it, and they can only fill it up by a very small amount, which is lame. Yeah, dig that as well, please. And then the power wire is literally just going to go straight in here. We'll take this out this way. And I'll just take it down here. We'll probably adjust this later. Give us a way to make snow using the simulation. That is also true. Sulfur Geyser is pretty lame to others, in my opinion. I disagree. The Sulfur Geyser gives you 1.5 kilograms per second on average of steam turbine temperature material. It's quite easy to cool down, and you can use it to heat stuff up very easily in a controlled way. Solidifying it isn't too bad either. And then you can obviously feed it to all of these agriculture applications. And the good thing is as well, you can geotune sulfur geysers super easily, because they only require abyssalite for geotuning, and you have loads of it. So that's actually, in practice, up to 3 kilograms per second of 240 degrees C material. You mean compared to submerged natural gas fissures? Yeah, those thermal fissures are definitely stronger. because you get the natural gas as well. But you have to build the marine drill and get it running. I'm not sure whether that's more annoying than getting a steam room to run for your sulfur geyser. Give me out an industrial ice maker with conveyor inputs. That's a good idea. Yeah. The amount of tallow that spigot seals produce is actually not very high. Even if you max out their happiness, it's not a lot. Compared to just making gear balm or making tallow by other industrial methods and making biodiesel by other industrial methods. Which is kind of sad. Technically, you can destroy the beach chair for 2 feather fiber right off the back. That's funny. I hadn't even thought about that. Right, how's this going? Okay, you built the wire. That's good. Probably don't need to build more ladders in here. That's okay. Don't need this ladder in here anymore. This beach chair will still work. Right. Oh! Hello. That's a convenient tidal turbine. Well, I'll set that one up as well, but maybe I'll do that later. Because this one's right here. Right. So we can tile across here. Okay, let's actually do some things. So ladder. We'll make this 4 high, which means we'll come in here. We will dig these tiles, and then I will dig that out. Okay. Ladder's over it unless you want to be taking a dip in the water to cross. That's true. Okay, we'll do that. That sounds good. I will also set up the oxygen diffuser on this wire. Right here, that seems good to me. We'll also want some batteries, so... Probably just the 1 battery for now. Yeah. Give my tallow and spigot seals some love. Okay, so here's a good thing about spigot seals. They spawn at minus 32.5 degrees C, and they weigh 100 kilograms. And they reproduce fairly quickly. Well, they reproduce at normal critter rates. It's not quite as much cooling as you get out of the goldfish, but you can get a system to naturally equilibrate at minus 32.5 degrees instead of minus 12.5 degrees. Or whatever the goldfish temperature is. I think it's minus 12.5 degrees. Does it say in here? In any case, it's a fair amount of passive cooling to quite an actual cold temperature. So, it's helpful in that regard. And if you're feeding them the sucrose you're getting from room temperature sources like the gum palm, it's enough passive cooling. If you just run like air conditioning, like your oxygen pipes through it or whatnot, to really help you out. Look at the food revamp mod. Yeah, maybe I'll look at that at some point. Is that YouTube chat? It's not showing on the stream widget thing. Yeah, I still haven't figured out how to get YouTube chat to work on the OBS. I did try, and it just wasn't detecting the YouTube chat. Like, the widget was working, but it just wasn't detecting YouTube. If you do want to go and have a look at the YouTube chat, it will have a live replay on the VOD. We're not editing the VODs anymore, so that live replay should show up. Why am I already priority 9ing everything? That's funny. Oh, you're in the water. Why are you in the water? You shouldn't be in the water. Oh, you're only just grabbing that thing. Okay, that's fine. Let's have a look at our resources list. Can I pin... Okay, let's pin these things. Let's pin salt. Pin dirt. Let's pin sand. Microchips, rubber gaskets, gear balm, zinc or sulfur, algae... Metal power banks, I guess. Data banks. That will do, I think. You can also just use the pop-out chat. Yeah. Yeah, I want to get the multi-chats working so that everyone watching the stream has the same experience regardless, but I sadly have not figured it out yet. Right. This looks ready for us to pour the liquids into. So that is going to be all of this liquid. So that should just be a case of me Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually not dig that tile. And then we're going to get up here. That doesn't need to be back wall. And then I'm going to dig this series of tiles. Because we can reach all of that from this tile. Then that should let all of that water into this tidal turbine. And then we should just be able to harness this one normally. Simply have both open like a true Giga Chat. Yeah, exactly. Watch me on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously to boost my metrics. Okay. Anything else I want to see? Not specifically. I guess I'll mop you up. I don't think that really matters too much. I probably shouldn't be so worried about mopping up random liquids. If I'm being really honest. We will have to get in here and build the tidal turbine. That is a thing. So let's build ladders here as well. Right, that water is going to come out into here. That is not quite behaving how I wanted it to behave, but this is going to start intaking the liquid. It's consuming liquids at 500 kilograms per second. That's good. This is way more organized than what we were doing in the last run. There we go. Now we've actually got power production. We've actually got our battery. We've got our oxygen diffuser. We have algae over here. Let's actually go ahead and hook up some algae. And I'm pretty happy with that. Do not let mixed liquids in, though. Yeah. So this is not mixed liquids. I guess, actually, I should just seal this, really. No, I like how this is looking. Okay, so we can do crafting now. So we should immediately make 3 construction boosters. Actually, no, we should make a digging booster. And probably at least 1 construction booster. And then I think we also wanted to make a researching booster, because they're pretty easy to make. So let's do that, and we'll let the dupes have a sleep in a minute, once the oxygen diffuser is working. Okay, that is working, that's good. I think we want to get this tidal turbine hooked up too. And a swim hack. Yeah, the swim hack has to be made at the soldering station, not the crafting station. So we'll have to research that. That's okay. This is actually getting to a really good start. I'm very happy with this so far. We've got the ore holes over here as well. I'm going to ranch ore holes as well so that we can get the iron ore production. But that's probably not an immediate priority because it's a metal-rich asteroid. So we can have fun with that. Right. We need to research gunk extraction. Let's do that. So, give me the gunk extractor. Iron volcanoes, so you never set them up? Yes, we're going to have to go look for geysers as well. That sounds fun. Sounds very fun. Are you guys happy with the audio levels as well? I've got it at like 90% music volume at the moment, so I think it's probably going to be a little bit louder than normal. But I think that's good because the music is a banger. Yeah, I know you're going to... A little bit of liquid exposure is okay. Now, do we actually have a rubber basket? A rubber basket? A rubber casket? A rubber gasket! Christ. Gasket is not a word that I use very often. Okay, this is good. We shouldn't actually need a manual generator at all then. So, gum extractor. Oh my god. I need a gum extractor to get rid of my mouth. New challenge idea, boops only, but no rechargeable power banks. Metal power banks are so costly. We know this from when we did the starting biomeless challenges, because we had bionic dupes for that, and we were relying on metal power banks to keep our colonies going. And you chew through so much metal, it took them so much time to actually dig up the metal, that actually became a constraint on a lot of the runs. It was awful. Yeah, you're actually able to build this now, and you don't have to go back in here. But we do have to build another wire to hook this up, so that can probably come over here. And then what we'll do is we'll actually just build probably a couple of ladder segments. I might just let you build the whole ladder. That's fine. It's a pity you can't put the atomic power banks and dupes. I think they wanted that for a reason. I think they thought it'd be a bit overpowered. Citation needed. I need to stop drinking this Coke. This is... I got through like a quarter of this bottle today. I need to go get some other liquids. Other liquids. But we got to get this gunk extractor working. That's really, really important. Oh, actually, you know what's even more important than this? I need to get everyone to make the microchips now. So, come over here. I don't actually... you know what? Finish the tidal turbine. And then I'll get you to come over here. Right. That's obviously not running at the moment. That's fine. Get all the dupes to come down here. I just made you dump all that liquid in there. It's not good. Oh my god, are you really coming around the long way? Okay, you know what? You're out of the liquid. Everyone, I want to introduce you to your new schedule. Bedtime for everyone. Bedtime until further notice. There you go. just meditate where you stand. That's fine. That's a safe spot. Right, let's make 6 microchips. We want these guys to be statted up. If we get offered any Bionic Dupes, we will print more. I think the Dupes are very happy you can't make them hold atomic power banks. Yeah. Ore holes or jawbones better for iron production? Aquatic Planet Pack has plenty of salt but rusty oxidizers, but getting renewable polluted dirt for ore holes is a pain. Honestly, with the new fish changes, I think jawbones might be easier than I made them out to be in the past. But with the rust, you either put it in the deoxidizers to get iron ore, or you can melt it in a rust melter. I think the actual critter efficiency, because jawbones poop a lot more rust, but you get relatively little of the rust out as metal ore. So I think they are technically a little bit of extra metal iron ore compared to the ore hulls, but I think there's a bit more effort involved. It's mostly the fact that you're getting the oxygen out as well with the jawbones that makes them more appealing in that context. Yeah, this is why I wanted to do this challenge, because we hooked up the tidal turbines immediately in the previous run, and we had so much power, we had no idea what to do with it. So getting to eco power banks and charging them with eco power banks seems like the right move. But let's obviously fast forward here, because we're literally just waiting for the power banks. Or waiting for the microchips at this point. And then you can do the research, and then you can get the gunk disposal. You have 54% gunk. We can have 4 cycles worth of gunk. So that should be fine. In fact, actually, you know what? That'll do. Go back to the old schedule now. And then we got 3 power banks. So I'll just tell you to do the researching booster for now, because that will make your life a lot easier. And make that priority 9. And then you guys can keep working on this, and then we can get this going, and then we can get the research going. And I'll make this priority 9 as well. Because we don't have a dedicated researcher yet. We will obviously make one. It depends whether we print one as well. But, again, you can't print the researching boosters, I don't believe. Jawbone meat not as useful as raw shellfish, which is sad. I wish it decreased the spawn rate in the tidal springs, or at least let us destroy them. Yes. They pop up so often across this map that making large builds on the Marinia asteroid is pretty annoying, because you've always got these neutroniums. This should be abyssalite, I think, and they should make the tidal springs out of granite so that you have the option of melting them easily, like with the oil reservoirs, because you're not always going to want them taking up all that space. I think that's very reasonable. You were supposed to make this first. I need to priority 8 this then. Okay. So you can go and actually make the booster. This is going to boost your efficiency overall. I could potentially make a second one, but I think we kind of need all these boosters at the moment. We need the extreme digging, we need the... We don't actually need this one right now. I could actually get them to do some more sleep and make some more boosters. So let's get back to Nematrak. Wait. Yeah, you're the... Okay. None of these guys have a research debuff. Then you can't do a magma tidal spring? What? There's a set spawn like 13 on the spaced out DLC starter planet. I think that's about right. That's kind of nuts. I'm going to get you to make another researching booster, and then we're going to get rid of Nematrex. Once you've actually built the wire. Okay, you have actually built the wire. Let's get you back to safety then. Okay, you guys are here. You guys are here. Or here. Right, so if I move you down here. There you go. There you go. That's actually, that's... I mean, if it wasn't for the gear bomb, that'd be a pretty good thumbnail shot. Schedule. Switcheroo. The old switcheroo. There you go. Make 3 more microchips. You guys will sleep when I tell you to sleep. Actually, you know what? That could be a thumbnail candidate with the fish. Because it's sleeping with the fishes. Oh, actually, let's have a look at this. What's in the pod? Well, we know a databank is in the pod. What else? No Bionic Dupes feels bad. We're not allowed regular dupes. Obviously, the move is to get regular dupes. But we do want at least some challenge, so let's not do that. Sandstone it is. At least we still have our liquid hydrogen. Tidal springs. That is funny that they could use literally any liquid. Sometimes I kind of wish they would let you run other gases through steam turbines other than steam and just have them be less efficient. Like, obviously in real life we use steam turbines because the properties of steam make them the most efficient, but surely we should have the option of making less effective turbines for different temperature ranges. I would love to see that. Like, who wouldn't want an ethanol gas turbine? Or like a carbon dioxide turbine or something stupid. Do not make a mucin visco gel tidal spring. Worst mistake of my life. Yeah, that 15.7 tons is not going to get very far when it's mucin and it's stacking 100 kilograms per tile. That's hilarious. We obviously need microchips on the list. Let's keep adding stuff to the list. Oh, that's already on the list. Okay. I'll put phosphorite on the list. That sounds good. Right, speedy uppy. Oh, I just realized we remember that connect in. Hot steam vent tamer. Use about 60 to 70% uptime in the aqua tuner. P-water plus steel, nothing fancy. Yes, we'll have a look at that on Discord later. I have done a video on hot steam vent taming. I did both the simple build and an advanced build. And I'm pretty happy with both of them. Liquid uranium tidal spring when? I bet that's gonna happen. Actually, getting 15.7 tons of liquid uranium does not seem like a fun time, so probably not. Liquid uranium is best in small doses. Right, okay, so now I need you to make that researching booster. And then we can also make another... We can also make the digging booster so we can get through hard materials. So that seems worth doing. So go ahead and do that. And then you need to get to work on the gunk thing again. But yes, power should be solved now. And then what we should do is we should just start immediately... We don't actually have Abyssalite near us. That's the funny thing. We've got a little bit underneath the reef biome, but as I said at the beginning of the video, there's not actually that much of a barrier between the silty biome and the reef biome. There's a little bit of Abyssalite, but not a lot. It's not so spaced out built, so I can't use nuclear waste for thermals. Lol. Yeah. It's impossible for a video related in any way to Geysers to go without mentioning liquid uranium. I'm going to keep mentioning it until the devs change it. And then I'm going to be completely devastated that they've changed it. It baffles me. So in case any of you don't know what this is, because this is the start of a playthrough, and you might not be familiar with this. Liquid uranium has a freezing point that's 1,000 degrees lower than it should be. I'm not sure if this is even a bug, or whether this was the devs' intent. I'm pretty sure it's a bug, and they just never fixed it. This has been the case since Spaced Out came out. And this means that liquid uranium is a conductive metal liquid between 133 degrees C and 4,132 degrees C. So it is the perfect liquid thermal exchange medium for heat sources, like metal volcanoes. The metal comes out as a liquid, so it gets a 625 times thermal conductivity bonus of liquid-to-liquid interfaces, and thus immediately solidifies if you're keeping your uranium cold enough. Same with magma. The liquid uranium actually makes it a lot easier to tame geotuned magma volcanoes than you would think. Be right back. I'm going to buy some uranium off the interwebs for a fun stovetop candle. Don't worry, they'll typo it to 13.3 degrees melting point. April Fools! I would love to see that. I would absolutely love to see that. Yeah, you guys are all breathing in your oxygen now. We're going to have to sort that out a little bit, but at least there's plenty of oxygen for now. Also, here's a fun fact. Bionic Dupes don't produce carbon dioxide, do they? So we're not going to have any carbon dioxide floating around. Okay, yeah, go ahead and make this. Actually, you know what? Do it now. Go ahead and do it now. And then we'll get the operating booster out of Nemetrek Bridge. April Fool's update, every boiling melting point is randomized. I thought you were going to say they were going to switch over. Ah, that's funny. April Fools, the heat capacity of resin is now 0.01. Do you guys remember when tallow originally had a really... I think it was either the heat capacity or the thermal conductivity of tallow was completely bugged, and it was way, way lower than it was supposed to be. I never actually got to playing the Frosty Planet Pack fast enough to see that happen. I wish I did. And who remembers the Spigot Seal's tallow melting into crude oil as well before biodiesel was a thing? I remember talking about that on the friggin' sour gas boiling maths video. And, yeah, that never came to be, obviously. Right, you now have another researching boost. This is good. So let's actually make sure that you're prioritizing researching now. And I guess I'll lower your operating priority to suit. And then that means I'm probably going to give the builder the operating one, because they're going to do mechatronics eventually. So you can have a miner in operating. And then we're going to make the digging booster for the digger. And then we're good. Okay. The crude oil floats are pointless to me, and then bullet to ranch seals. Yeah, on the one hand, the crude oil was semi-useless on its own. But the conductivity range was better, so you had applications for that. Or the temperature range, melting boiling, was better. But, obviously, if you could get it to petroleum or sour gas reliably, that was an option. But, the issue with that was the spigot seals never produced enough tallow in the first place for it to make any sense. Like, it makes sense with biodiesel, because it's a lot easier to get than refining petroleum, but... Like, it just... I don't think it was enough... It's hardly even enough for biodiesel production, if I'm going to be honest. It's mostly just because tallow is such an efficient food multiplier. The low quantity that spigot seals produce is enough. Right, we made the digging booster, so let's give that to Zarek. There you go! Everyone's got boosters now. Good. And that will do for now. So no more sleep. No sleep till Brooklyn. And then you can keep doing your research. Where have you gone? You're grabbing dirt for research. Okay, that's fair enough. Let's actually get into the gum tree area. And we should go and grab the Thimble Reed as soon as we reasonably can. So I will actually get in here as well, and then we'll dig the sand, because I hate sand. And then we will get in here, and we will dig some of the abyssalite, just so that we have some abyssalite. Or the eco power banks. Think the FR left? No, the OG. Is spigot seal ethanol production worth anything? It's not awful. Most of the time you're converting water into ethanol, more or less 1-to-1 with the bonbon trees. It's a little bit worse than that. If you're actually separating the sucrose out from the nectar, you can do that, but if you do that, nectar has a really good temperature range, which is really good for using it as a thermal aquatuner cooler, because its heat capacity is more or less the same as water. But if you're actually trying to boil or freeze the sucrose out, it's a right pain, because freezing it out requires an ethanol aquatuner, and that's annoying because it's more power consumption. But you can get it, and it will just about be not too cold for the spigot seals, because you don't want to get it below -75 with the spigot seals, really. So this can work, but it's a lot of power, and you only save a little bit of water. I don't think it's really that worth it, considering the low throughput of spigot seals. Unless you've got a massive setup. And then boiling it, you have to get it to 160 degrees C+, So you probably want to boil the nectar with a volcano in that case, which can be an effective way of removing the heat from the volcano. But good luck getting enough nectar to reliably cool down a volcano. Maybe a gold volcano would work. But yeah, water, it's more or less one-to-one from water to ethanol. I wouldn't bother with that. I would only bother if it's sulfur, because you get so much sulfur from the geysers and the other sources, and you can do it really efficiently with the gun palm now, but the sweetles are pretty good on their own too. I think that's the more enticing trade, and it's simpler because you're not dealing with the ice makers and the bonbon trees. But the reality is, Phloxes produce so much wood from phosphorite, and you can get phosphorite for free from Balm Lily Drecos. So you can just run the ethanol distillers with the free Phlox wood, and it's so much wood, you get a ton of ethanol out of that. If you're bulk producing ethanol, I would just do Phloxes instead of spigot seals. The main reason you wouldn't want to do that is you don't want all of your ethanol to be really hot, because Phloxes obviously don't spawn very cold, and they're pretty small. So you're not getting a lot of passive cooling from that, and their products aren't that cold either. So you need extra power to cool down the ethanol distillers and whatnot. But here's the thing. You also need power to run the ice makers with spigot seals. You don't need the power to run the ice makers or the bonbon tree lights if you're doing the super ocean sulfur though. So in that case, I think that's what makes the spigot seals better. And obviously we're going to talk about this all on YouTube. Bro, are you going to do slime oil from Slogos? Yeah, probably. I probably will. We're definitely going to go mad on Slogos in this run. That's going to be where we're investing most of our critter energy. We're going to have some bloaters, not bloaters. We're going to have the beacons and the flue corals and stuff. We're definitely going to do that. And we're probably going to do some ore holes. But we're not going to go absolutely crazy on the fish like we did last time. But at the moment, we're really just trying to get the gunk extractor unlocked, because these guys are at 86% gunk. I think we're pretty close. Where am I going to dump the gunk? Did I actually consider that? I'm not sure I did. Yeah, I'm sure you guys are much more relaxed after a visit to the gunk extractor. Right. Here's what we're doing. We're dumping the gunk in here. And then I'm going to figure this out eventually. We'll put a ladder in here and then, I don't know. Do that. A bottle filler would be a good idea. Yes, I agree. Make long gunk loop as a solution for now. Nah, we're just going to dump it and pump it later. It's fine. Yeah, corals are very good if you have Bammets or Draco. Your lime is free too. Yeah. This is the thing. So, this is a general observation about Oxygen Not Included. Now that all the DLCs are out, the interconnectivity between the DLC content is extremely powerful. The optimal strategy for playing this game now, from a progression sense, from a difficulty sense, is to mix all the DLC stuff together, get the printerceptor to print key elements, and combine all of these synergies to achieve the results you want. Because the strongest synergies are often between different DLC items, like the Sweetles and the Spigot Seals, like the Gum Palms and the Spigot Seals. This is why you should only use one planet pack at a time. Yeah, but it depends on how easy you want the game to be. And let's face it, like, you still have to put in the work to design all the systems. It's not just a complete freebie. Even with stuff like resin boiling, the actual mechanics behind getting it to work are at least somewhat complicated. The reward is huge, but you still do need to actually figure out how to achieve the builds. Right, we have reed fiber, we have a Thimble Reed seed. So we're going to want to start doing that pretty quickly. Now, where am I going to want to put that? I don't know. We know that we want the access ladders to go here, so let's actually put some doors here. Yeah, you guys can go dump your gunk now. Please do. Endgame is really just wild planted Alvia Vera and wild planted food. Oh, okay. I mean, pit planting is the one exception. I don't like pit planting because it removes all the complexity from the game. You're just literally getting the free plant outputs. Oh, there goes Eric. Yeah, enjoy your gunking. We're immediately polluting the oceans on this run. It's disgusting. He's removed his cork. You couldn't see because of the tile. But yeah, look, there's gears and springs coming out of it. It's ridiculous. Wild planter kelp, wild planter tubular, yeah. The fact that there is a plant... I need to talk about tubulars. The fact that there is a plant that you can feed 110 degrees C liquids and delete them with is kind of mad. Not to mention the fact that it gives you friggin' plastic. And the biome you find it in is also not scalding. I think tubulars are one of the strongest things in this DLC, and we may actually just rush to find them. I might do a bit more digging. Oh look, there's a Sanishell. That's interesting. I'm probably going to have to seal you in too. Right, let's keep digging these bits. We'll just go around this polluted mud. The Bionic Dupes are also exceptional at digging in big pits, because they only need to breathe every now and then. So we will definitely go and have a look. Wheezeworts delete gases. So, generally Wheezeworts don't delete gases. But if you have a mixture of gases, because of how the vacuums form, it will occasionally delete mixed gases. Like, we've had rooms where we've been trying to fill them with hydrogen, and we've actually used Wheezeworts to delete the oxygen from the rooms. I guess we'll do this as well, and then I'll put a turbine on here. Now, we don't have a gasket for that, so we'll have to make more gaskets before we do that. Making gaskets requires plastic or rubber. We can obviously get some of that going. That's probably the next thing to prioritize, more power. But that being said, we have plenty of power at the moment. So I guess the next question is, what extra research options do we want? We probably want the liquid tank so we can store up our gunk in a more effective manner. I think that would be a good plan. Bionic dupes are relatively... Oh, no. No. We need to make the eco power banks. Or, well, we need to start making power banks. Right. So, let's see. Let's get the advanced research first of all. Let's do that. My next challenge for Aquatic Planet Pack is wild plant and wild ranch everything on the marine asteroid, and then move to the second asteroid and enjoy the profits. I just don't like pit planting. It makes the game too simple, and it also takes up loads of space. So, yeah, you can solve a problem with pit planting and not have to pay resources for it. Reese's Pieces. You don't have to pay Reese's Pieces for it. But you use up so much space, it limits you from doing other things. I just don't like that from a game design point of view. I wish pips did something else. Actually, I think what I would like them to do, I wish they made it so that regular pips only planted decor plants in wild tiles. And then you have to get a variant, at least, to plant industrial plants. I think that would be reasonable. I guess you don't have to do this right away. But look, Xeric's already all the way down here. This is kind of crazy. I will actually get you to dig this up, and we'll open this just because it's here. And then I will inspect all of this stuff. There's a honey jar. Okay. Oh, look! We found him! We found the lad! We found the spigot seal! We found some bonbon trees, and we found some mercury. Okay, that's funny. That's very funny, because what we could do is we could murder this one spigot seal, and then we could actually get the tallow and start doing tallow gear bomb duplication. I think we're going to do that. We're just going to skip this. There's another one down here as well. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're literally just going to murder this guy randomly, and then we're immediately going to start making tallow gear bomb. So we will need a medical dupe for that. That's what we're going to do today. Perfect. We're going clubbing. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly what we're doing. We got the rust biome down here as well. Cool. Oh, we got some mercury. The kelp holders enjoying the mercury. That's good. Okay. We're not going to go absolutely crazy with the tidal turbines. We'll just keep adding them as we need them. Yeah, dupes are alright. They're not too busy at the moment. Right. So, I think I am literally just going to go in here and immediately murder this seal. It's kind of funny. This ice shouldn't melt. It's not going to leak enough heat through the abyssalite There's going to be very little conductivity because there's going to be very little waste gas going on. There's not going to be a lot of carbon dioxide. So in this playthrough, I think the goal will be to replace all the water with mercury. It just seems sensible. Oh dear. We could melt all the mercury and do that for power, but it seems pretty pointless when we've got the tidal turbines. Let's set all of these to enable auto-harvest priority 9. We always want to be doing this. We always want gum wood. That is very, very important. We've got these ones as well. I do actually think we need to prioritize going up there and grabbing that. So, did I leave a convenient path to get that through? No, not really. Well, we can go up here. So, dig that, dig that, dig that. The mucin is fine. And then you can go up here. I'm going to ignore the poke shells for now. And then we're just going to get in here. And then we're going to open that up. That sounds good. You missed one on the bottom right. That's the 5th one, right? There's not a 6th gum palm. Right? I don't know. You do want a mercury geyser in the game? Yeah, they should add that at some point. I don't know exactly what the format would be. Something important. Yeah, we got gunk, and it's full of food poisoning. Now, are you guys spreading germs everywhere? Can I see? Doesn't look like it. Obviously, the gunk has germs. This is not going to work forever. I should definitely actually put a liquid pump in here. Where would I put the liquid pump? I don't know. Let's speed up. We've still got some power banks. We've still got some gear bar. We'll need to make a little bit more. Yeah, just keep doing the research for now. Santa shells for toilet cleaning. You had a situation where I just made all the tallow ready for melting and it all got consumed except for one left. Whoops. That's no good. Spigot seal has escaped. That's fine. You can climb up here. Okay. Let's murder the spigot seal. The first order of the day is murdering the spigot seal. Now, also, do I want to do anything with the Slogo's access? Probably not at the moment. Can you actually get around the normal way? Because that's a pretty long path. You can. That's fine. Okay. We've done the research on the water cooler. That's okay. I probably do want to put that in. How about I actually make... Let's dig this back wall. I'm going to put a regular tile here, and then we'll do something over here as well. Oh, look, a big lump of copper. That's kind of weird. Slaughter the seal, yes. You can't spell slaughter without laughter. There we go. Eduardo has his priorities correct. And then we've got to actually make the tallow gear balm. That is the first thing to do. It's extremely cold. It'll be 2 hours since everything freezes in the first hour. There is polluted oxygen down here that is going to stop most of the conductivity. There is not enough here to conduct the heat. So we'll be fine. Right, tallow. This tallow needs to get relocated over here. Now, actually making the boiler for the tallow recycling, because we've got to melt the tallow gear balm. Essentially, what you do with the tallow gear balm is 10 kilograms of tallow plus 70 kilograms of water in the apothecary makes 80 kilograms of tallow gear balm. You then melt that at 83 degrees C, and you get 80 kilograms of tallow gear balm into biodiesel. And then you freeze the biodiesel into tallow at minus 10 degrees C. So that's it. The oxygen bursts in the entire ocean, pulling it in the heavens. Oh, you think the water's going to get released? No. We haven't this water isn't going anywhere. Why would this water go anywhere? There's no tiles that are going to break from pressure here. We're fine. We're fine. I'm trying to catch up with YouTube chat now. The spigot seal craves the grave. Yes, indeed. Good. So everyone thinks until it happens? Yeah. Why would it get flooded? I'm not actually going to be digging up that much liquid if I can help it. We're going to be digging a little bit down here, but I'm going to put a proper wall in. In fact, I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start digging this preemptively. Because okay, don't worry about the friggin' backwards. Don't worry about the friggin' backwards. We're going to dig this preemptively to get the access shaft over here. Now this oxalite situation is not very appealing. Is it? I don't think that can really be helped though. You know what, maybe we'll do something... not overly happy about this situation. You know what, let's just leave it for now. Let's leave it for now. Are we going to get YouTube chat back? We have really funny comments occasionally. Yeah. I need to add it to the Twitch interface, but the problem is when I tried to do that, the app was working on the Stream Elements end, but YouTube itself wasn't connecting to the app. And I didn't know how to solve that. So that's a little bit of an issue. You don't feel like only today you're going to go play potato? That is fair enough. Who's trapped? Zarek is trapped. Why? How? Sand. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, go dig that up. We have gumwood now, so we probably want to plant pulverize that pretty quickly. So we can get more rubber for gaskets. Probably not something we immediately need to prioritize. The poke shell's confined up here. That actually worked really well with the poke shell. Now, what about the Santa shell? The Santa shell is cleaning the water. What? Excuse me? It's degermifying the liquid. Oh, this is really funny. Look. The Buddy Bud is producing floral scent germs into the polluted water, and the Santa shell is removing the floral scent germs. That's very useful. Thank you, Santa shell. You have proved that you're the most useful critter in the game. Throw him in the gunk pool. Nah. It's fine. Right. What do we want to keep doing then? We just want to keep doing more research. It's probably a speed 2 if I've ever heard of it. Don't think there's necessarily anything else we have to build for now. Oh, the water cooler. We do want the water cooler. Yeah, that's going to go here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to dig this tile. Yeah, dig that, and then dig the back wall as well, actually. So go ahead and do that. And then we're going to put some tiles here. Then we're going to put the water cooler here. And then let's actually get a pitcher pump set up. We could do that. Is this regular water? No, it's not regular water. That should go somewhere where we're not actually going to dump it into the main shaft. So let's actually put the pitcher pump here. That can go, yeah, here. An entire planet with bionic critters and plants. This is the idea I've wanted since the Bionic Planet Pack came out. We want a synthetic planet where you have to rely on oil and industrial product recycling to get your initial water for your oxygen production. And there's no critters apart from, like, very specific critters. Right, supercomputer. There we go. Which Santa shells were better? Too bad I have Weezewater, yeah. Santa shells got fat shamed into slimming down with their new look. Lol. Yeah. I'm happy with the power level of the Bionic Dupes now, but it does feel like they needed to add... they should have just made a planet pack like the others. You could even have it be a lab seed, not like a regular planet type. Just have it be like a one-off scenario. I would be happy with that. Right, we want power bank production. power banks. We don't need metal power bank. I kind of want the eco power bank now. We got the soldering station as well, so that's a good start. Now I might put some tiles up here and start doing this as well. So I'll seal that. We'll put some ladders in here because we know this is actually going to be a area to build eventually. We'll dig all the back walls out of this bit as well. And then I'm going to put a room up here where we do some industrial products. Nature's natural enemies, the buddy bud and the Sanichel. Yeah. I demand my farmable potato batteries. I think there's some good ideas. Monkeys pull curls, you get plug slug only planet. I'd be happy with that. The plug slugs only on the Bionic Planet Pack, I'd be pretty happy with. Make them eat metal. Give you hydrogen. And the beaters as well, I think, would be a good fit. Yeah, you don't even have to have exclusive critters, just have to be rare. How did they know about my secret slug snail code? We're on the precipice of greatness here. This is going to be fine. Just you see. There's our big lump of tallow for morale. Yeah, I want you to dig all the back walls as well. The annoying thing is, if you actually do a build command, they won't get rid of the back wall underneath it. And we definitely want another dupe, so I hope the game offers us another Bionic dupe. Because we've been hanging around on speed 1 for quite a while, which is okay, I guess. But, oh look, they're all going up together. That's fun. Oh, you're grabbing your power banks. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So let's put in the soldering station. That can go here. Can cube back wall digs on walls, doors at least? That is true, yes. I forgot. I can make you a mesh tile. That's probably a good plan, right? And then that wire can go up here. Sure. Dumorph. The bugged slug eats microchips and excretes silicon. Now that sounds fun. What would we do with silicon? Advanced microchip production, maybe? I don't know. Mega boosters that give slightly more of the attributes. There's so much stuff you can do. I like it. I like the idea a lot. We need more materials in the game. I remember I made a YouTube video absolutely ages ago where I said that I wanted them to add lithium because lithium has a lot of industrial applications and it's a high heat capacity metal that has a low melting point, which I thought would be really interesting from a mechanics point of view. But maybe it's only interesting to me. Turn silicon into Power Ranger Megazords, Giga Boosters for power buildings. What can we do with quartz in Oni? I mean, sand is just quartz, right? Okay, so we got the thing here. Ranching booster. We can make all the different boosters if we want. Are there any that we actually need at the moment? We'll probably need an applied sciences booster later, probably an astronomy booster as well. Mechatronics booster would be pretty good. Probably not immediately needed. That's fine. Telescope we don't need. Yeah, so we want power bank charger, eco power bank pattern. That's what we want to make. So let's just keep speeding up. We're out of algae. Is there any more algae, first of all? Organic. There's little bits. Now there's a bit here that I'm definitely not going to release. I'll keep grabbing those as well. And you can leave that tile there for now. There's a little bit down here. Now, we don't need to dig the back wall here. That's not enough algae to be worth digging for. This is where all the actual algae is. It's over here. We can dig this up pretty easily. Let's just go ahead and do that for now. There's so much algae. What a weird looking biome. I wouldn't mind boosters like the hack booster that adds stress penalties for high stats. Yeah, that would be fun, just having general hack boosters. Yeah, we'll do more digs in here as well, but I want to make sure the slogos don't injure themselves or get injured. I'll put it that way. Right, is there anything else down here that we're interested in? There's gold amalgam. I'm interested in gold amalgam. right? We're gonna need that for melting stuff. That I should probably start digging through the abyssalite, right? Especially if we're actually using the abyssalite for the power banks. We should be digging through this every chance we can get. That should be alright. This is getting a bit sketchy. That one's gonna have to go there. There's not going to be much gas conducting into here because of what the Bionic Dupes are doing, so this should be fine. That mercury might melt. We've got diamond down here as well, okay. And again, this isn't actually going to be too annoying for us to dig through. I'll just do it like this. And then, yeah, there's your big lump of gold. Well, that's not a very big lump of gold. It's a lump of gold. We might as well keep exploring. Geysers. Any geysers? Not that I found. There's one up here, I think. No, that's just the space biome. Okay. We haven't actually found any geysers yet. That's kind of weird. Well, maybe not. Last time we were playing on a geoactive map. Yeah, you guys on YouTube are having lots of good ideas for Bionic booster pack content. I'm gonna have to cover that in a video at some point. The Bionic booster pack 2. Right. So, skills. We have improved hardware, climate control that give immunity to the environmental penalties. The thing is, we should have relatively quick access to ammo suits because we have Thimble Reed. So, this shouldn't be necessary. We do have an electrical engineering booster that's currently in use. So we don't need schematics on anyone. I am tempted to say improved gears for now. Yeah, let's do improved gears just in case we don't end up making gear bombs super quickly. Let's do that. I'll only accept lithium if it explodes like charged power banks are exposed to water. Yeah, stuff like that. Sounds good to me. Okay, so we're still researching. That's fine. We definitely need more than one researcher. Right, can we print another Bionic dupe? No. We can print a gasket. That's pretty good. I'll take a gasket. So that means we can hook up this tidal turbine now. Good. Well, let me actually build it then. Right, here you go. And then that means you guys can hook this up. And then that can go in here. Gaskets from the pod is so good, I'm glad they kept that in. Yeah. Well, did they remove that? I mean, obviously, it's quite powerful, but, like, we know from the previous run that we can actually make gaskets very quickly if we're motivated enough. So we'll do a bit of a lumpy wire there. That's fine. We got water here for the regular research. We're researching the tidal turbine. Can you believe it, guys? But in fact, rubber gaskets are made of genetic ooze and therefore don't melt. Fun. Right. You know what I'm gonna do? Where's the dupes? Eduardo's building the wire. That makes sense. Your research supply, your digging. I'm gonna follow his area. I'm gonna go get some liquids because I can't keep drinking Coca-Cola all night. So I'm gonna be right back. Don't go anywhere. Have some fish.
Seek fluid intake.
No, we can't get Zarek to flood the biome while I'm asleep. Get out of here. Yes, I did seek fluid intake. That's true. We got some squash. And that's actually a reminder that I need to get a coaster. Why did you take your power bank to the area with the Santa shell underwater? Yeah, by the way, in case you guys aren't aware, you need to actually make a mess hall for your Bionic Dupes pretty quickly. Because they will take these power banks to the most random ass points on the map to eat them otherwise, and it will waste so much time. At least in this case, Zarek has found a spot that's pretty close by. But this time, look, he's gonna go by the friggin' gum palm. Why? They want you to make mess tables. Very...
Thanks for the follow.
Very important. Zarek, you have followed me on Twitch. That's kind of funny. You never followed me. We've been talking this whole time. Hello, Highboard Jace. Hope you're doing well on Twitch. You're on Twitch today, yes. I will work on integrating the YouTube chat. I am sad. I haven't figured it out yet. Right, mess table. Where's that going to go? I can put that in here as well. We can make a great hall here. That sounds good. So let's actually keep digging back walls as well. And I will get... You know what? Let's just do this for now. Whoa! What's going on? Wow, well, we were. Something has happened. Highboard Jace has subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for your Prime. You now have access to all of the premium emotes of Whiskers the Fish. Whiskers the Fiskers. Thank you very much for your patronage. 100% of the revenue generated by this stream is reinvested back into the stream. So we're going to get a new computer very, very soon indeed. Zarek the Betrayer. Nah, he's fine. The rest of them, that's battery and assault. We need to make the power banks. Obviously we can make some metal power banks to get by on. That's probably not a bad plan. Let's make like a tree and leaf. Let's make 6 power banks out of metal. Just to prove we can. Eduardo, you, I think, are going to get improved gears as well. I am not prioritizing gear balm as much as I probably should be at the moment. So that would be fine. And yeah, let's just get those power banks made, because we've got 3 dupes. The labor is not going to be super high. You have earned it, been enjoying your content for some time. No worries, I'm glad you have it. Hello, Charlie Kelly. Make me Eduardo. Indeedy doody, I will. Let's see, here you go. Charlie Kelly. There you go. That did indeed work. Look at him go. I've got my eye on you.
I'm in a fish mood now. Fish has been established.
It was established, wasn't it?
It's been established. Imagine enjoying fish on this channel. Would you believe it? Right. Fish. There you go. I'm become fish. Actually, let's go back to fish. Good, good, good. Right, okay. We have the power stuff now. Okay, that's good. So what do? Now we can make eco power banks. But we need the research. What? We don't need the research. We just did the... Oh, we got this research going on. Okay, okay. Whoa, what's going on? We got a hype train. We got a hype train. People have contributed. There are unlockable emotes available. If people continue to contribute, there are fish and frog-related emotes available as we speak. I really want to get the End of Love the End of Love emote with the fish. That's like my favorite one. Wonderful, you're a Bionic fanboy. Indeed, you are. Yeah, the +3 morale from the caviar is really good for the Bionic dupes because there's not a lot of morale sources. Wow! 1 bit! Thank you very much, Nematrek. Very, very welcome. I do like me a 1 bit. What's over here? Oh, we got a geyser! Okay, guys. What do you think? Should we go have a look? We don't... Oh, we do have obsidian digging, because we have the thing. I'm going to leave this tile. Let's not mess with that. Then probably just do that, and then that. Let's go have a look at that geyser. Let's priority 9 this dig. Let's see what we can find. I'm not going to prioritize it any harder now. I don't want the surprise ruining this time. Oh look! Big surprise. We found a survivor. I just realized this is supposed to be one dupe in all 3 locations, swimming from one to the other, but you can do them in any order. It's pretty funny. Regular dupes also bring their food to weird places, and I think it's temperature and oxygen level based. Yeah, but with Bionic Dupes, I think it's worse with Bionic Dupes because they only do it occasionally, and their constraints are different than normal dupes, I think. It's very weird. Very, very weird. Yeah, you need to make these power banks. I know you're enjoying making the wires, but, like, you really, really do have to make the power banks. I will yellow alert it if I need to. You do have zinc. It is an option. That being said, I'm happy for you to do the research for eco power banks as well. We will need to actually build the power bank charger as well, but that should be pretty straightforward. Thank you for the 10 bits, Zarek. What is up with this hype train threshold? What is the actual threshold it's asking for? It's asking for 1,100 bits or 3 gift subs to complete the next level. That's crazy. Well, it's not crazy, but like, that's a lot. Thank you very much for the 11 bits, Nematrek. We got a race going. Have you drained the area they spawn in yet? Which area? Ooh! What's this? It looks like a cool steam vent to me. That's not what I wanted to see. Nah. It is a cool steam vent. Okay, we probably don't want that. We do have the Critifluxomatic. Is that relevant? Not yet. Okay, that's fine. Well, at least we know what that is now. Oh, drain the area of the mermaid. That'd be funny. What happens if you drain the area? Also, what are you asking for again? I didn't even look. I think we have to actually go and talk to them first. No? Pearl. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we'll go do all of that at some point. Right, Tidal Turbine is built. So we now have 3 Tidal Turbines hooked up. That should be a lot of power. So we should be able to charge quite a few power banks. Probably not more than 2 at a time, because the power bank charger requires 480 watts. So that's true. Highborn Jace with the 1 bit. Thank you very much. Mucho appreciado. Pearl, Sushi, Caviar in the Coral area, or Hulk area, and the Abyss area, respectively. Yes, we did do it on the previous run, and it was relatively quick, so that's nice. What has happened? Do we tell him? Oh, a dupe's trapped. Charlie Kelly is trapped. What? Oh, was that Oxalite? Oh, this is gonna be irritating. Look at this. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Very good. Thank you very much, everyone, for your 23 bits. That was a thoroughly enjoyable hype train. No ladders allowed. No, we'll do ladders, but like, I'll do it in a minute. We still need to move all the liquids around. I kind of don't want to move the liquids around until we get the Exo Suits. But we will move them around this time. Let's get improved gears for Zarek too. And then let's actually put the... Let's actually start doing the mess stables. Yeah, put the door here as well. And then do that in a bit. Speed up. You guys do actually need to make these power banks. I should stop giving you errands until you actually start making the power banks. Gizmo is the best boop. I haven't done a tier list on the Bionic Duplicants. That is true. I don't think there is much point, but who knows. I think some people are quite sad that there's not more Bionic Duplicants in the game. I'm kind of glad the devs aren't spending their time working on that instead of other things. Why is the poke shell injured? What happened? Oh, the poke shell probably went in the cold area and died, right? we probably need to stop that from happening. So let's put a door here. No one should be going in the cold area except the Boops. And even then, the Boops probably shouldn't be going in here too much. We got the ancient specimen. The fossil for stuff and things. I think the ladder thing is about building a single ladder rather than digging out the path again. Yeah, but we want the resources anyways, right? And we also wanted to clear this whole area eventually. So we might as well just dig it and get the resources. I need to actually keep an eye on the idleness now. Oh, look! It's a lure plant. Good. So, something that I wanted to do is do lure plant resin boiling in this run. Because we've talked about it at length on this channel. And they made changes to the liquid tepidizer, which is instrumental to that build. Power banks. I know about power banks. No Trek. I've been talking about it. People still have a couple of days worth of power left. Charlie Kelly is making them as we speak. It will be fine. We're going to make a couple of metal power banks. And then we're going to go replace... we're going to get some eco power banks going. We will get a dedicated operator at some point. I'm kind of hoping to print another dupe. But we'll see who we get offered. I want to flex. I dropped below 100 kilograms of weight after food. In real life. Congratulations. There you go. Well done, Kunaktian. I'm hoping the Too Many Dupes mod adds some Dupes because the new Dupes are so awesome. Yeah, I'd be happy to see some more Dupes.
You're awesome!
Never track.
Another annoying message about power banks.
We're making power banks. Look at it. Look at it. We're making power banks. Not very quickly, but it's fine. We've got so much power. I don't want to make metal power banks if we can avoid it. Like, we wanted to run eco power banks on the previous run, but we kept spilling liquids on them. So that didn't go very well. But we're going to make them and be safer. Although, if I'm doing this, then we should definitely just have this ladder go up here and then put the power banks up here. Yes, you have power banks now. Congratulations. The reality is, I want the dupes to be spending as little time making power banks as possible. It takes ages. Anything else going on? Lots of tidal turbines here. We've got a saltwater geyser here. This one looks like a fairly average one, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. It's good that we have one, though. I don't think there was ever any doubt about having that. Right, you are not going to be made out of mercury. That is a bad plan. It only takes 100 refined metal, though. I think this is probably a case where we... Now, is there a uranium lump? I feel like sometimes there is a uranium lump on this planet. But it might be somewhere where we can't easily find it. Let's have a look in the metal map mode. That should make it pretty clear. Because if we have refined metal that we want to go grab, that would be good. How do I get a dupe named over level up rancher when you get one? Well, currently all 3 dupes are named, but you can redeem your channel points that you get for free from watching when you accumulate enough of them. Yes, it's the Paku below chat. But you may not have enough of them yet, depending on how much you've been watching on Twitch. So, keep that in mind. Yeah, I did check a couple of seeds, and I think it had it on the classic start, possibly not on the spaced out start. But it may also be in the reef biome. I think it doesn't have to be in the stilty biome. In any case, we don't have any. So I think we're probably going to have to research the Rock Crusher and do that to start with. So that's fine. Let's research the Rock Crusher. At least we're making some metal power banks to start with. You'd like to be the main... Ah, hello, Connected. You'd like to be the main button king, Lord and Savior, aka main operator. Okay. We've got to print a Bionic dupe then. I'm going to speed through it and hopefully we get offered one. Oh no! Highborn Jace wants to be a rancher. Look, guys, I don't have 2 dupes yet. That's going to take a while for me to get 2 Bionic dupes. Oh, we got the brain machine? Well, I think we said we weren't going to do the brain machine. We've got a polluted water vent. This is a pretty good polluted water vent. That's nice. The lure plant is obviously a big bonus. There's the jawbow for the metal production. That's funny. Or you can rename Nemetrek fridge when you get a mini fridge. I mean, that's swapping one problem for another. Right, hold on. Right. Nemetrek, I'm making you this storage bin for the power banks for now. Hold on. Nemetrek. Okay, there you go. You are now a friggin' bin. And then I'm gonna go name, let's see. Connect here wants to be operator. Where's Nemetrek? So Nemetrek is the researcher. So let's name you Connectian. Okay. I am fairly sure I'm going to forget these renames. But yes, you are now a bin. Congratulations. Doesn't giving a swimsuit and rubber boots and Bionic Dupes solve the liquid problem? It solves the soggy feet and the soppy wet debuffs, but it doesn't solve the liquid exposure debuff. So, yeah, that's the main one that you're worried about. And it's the main one I'm worried about. It's so funny. He doesn't like the buddy bud. It looks like he's just aggroing on the poke shop because of where he is. It's very stupid. Right, so we have gold amalgam. We obviously can get in here and grab some more gold amalgam. So if we get in here, we can do that. We can actually do that. That's pretty risk-free. Get in here as well and do that. Dig that. Dig that. This is polluted dirt, so that's fine. There's no germs. I'll get you to come in here as well. And we're definitely not going to disturb the knits. There's also a bit I can get to in here. So let's go in here and then grab that. Grab that. That's fine as well. There's a lure plant. There's a lure plant in here without any knits. That's kind of silly. But I'll definitely take that. The polluted dirt doesn't actually fall down, I don't believe. It's not like sand. So we can get in here and we can actually start sorting this out. Now, can we find beaters as well? That might be a bit of a stretch. Okay. Protection from puddles is good for my purposes? Yeah. Okay. That's good, though, because that's lots of gold amalgam. In fact, there's enough of it that we can keep going over here, too. This may be more than we actually need. That's a lot of gold amalgam. Okay, well, you guys could do that in your leisure. Lures are so good. Lure plants are potentially one of the strongest plants in the game. They eat airborne critters and they produce amber. Amber can be turned into resin and fossil. At the plant pulverizer or by boiling it. Resin turns into steam. The thing about resin is it has a very low heat capacity of 1.1, but it turns into 75% steam when it boils, which has a heat capacity of 4.179. And if you use small pipes, you can get this to boil at such high temperatures with iridium. This is particularly strong with iridium, which we admittedly don't have access to. So maybe that's an example for not going for resin boiling on this run. But it is potentially very powerful for free water and free power production. And free refined carbon production. This is a fair amount of refined carbon. And it's also amber is now actually a glassy material. So you can use it instead of glass. Yeah, because lure plants really need buffing. That's what needed to happen. But actually, without the iridium, this is not as powerful as I'm hyping it up to be. It's still powerful enough that you can get more or less free water production from it, but you're not going to be able to get a lot of excess power for plastic production. Because you can also use resin in the friggin' polymer press to make plastic. We have a thermal gas vent over here as well. We have some tubulars. We have Guildgoes. We didn't have Guildgoes natively on the previous run. I don't know why, but there weren't any spawned. That's weird. Maybe they all go... Oh, you know what happened? They started off in the map, and the glow squids probably killed them all. That's probably what happened. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, if you don't have them, it might be because glow squids got to them first. That's kind of sad. Right, Rock Crusher. Okay. Rock Crusher can go here. I realize, by the way, guys, I'm taking it very slowly today. I'm sure Mercury may find a iridium substitute. So the thing about resin boiling is, you need the overheat temperature. That's what makes the biggest difference. And iridium has a plus 500 to overheat temperature, and you can get it very quickly. So potentially what we'll end up doing is we'll end up just getting a load of thermium instead. That's definitely going to happen this run, isn't it? I don't know. Depends what we find in the star map as well. I'm not sure if we're going to find any iridium in the star map. We'll probably just do it with steel. It's good enough with steel that it's still worth doing. But yeah, we got the polluted brine down here. We're going to find the polluted brine vent. Is there going to be one? If you have normal sluggers down there, it's because they get too cold. Yeah, no, these are Gilgos. And we got the tubulars too, and we got the thermal gas fisher. So this is good. This is natural gas for George, if we find George. But I'm definitely getting ahead of myself on that. I probably don't need you to dig all of this out right away. He says as he queues up more dig commands. I'm going to get you to dig out that sand too, because I don't want to expose that liquid. Yeah, maybe just something like that. Do not dig this abyssite. I was just about to dig the abyssite. Don't do it. This can't be a classic start. You got to abyss so quickly. We've dug quite a far way. Remember, we're only able to dig this far because we have Bionic Dupes. Bionic Dupes are very good at digging. Although... What? Why are you idle? Oh. Oh, okay. That's... That one's on me. That one's on me. Okay, so make an obsidian tile. Make an obsidian ladder here. Nope, rejected. Abyss on cycle 9. Can't be classic start. Even without doing power positive resin boiling, the change temperizer makes the lure even more OP. The amber melter resin setup is so simpler. Yes, it's less power efficient, but it is much, much simpler to set up because you don't necessarily even need the thermal actuator, I don't think. Zayra, you cannot be serious. You are doing this task, not Charlie. You are not doing that task, Charlie. Yeah, there you go. Have fun. No ladders allowed. No one said that. It's alright. After 2 hours, we've finally reached the grand site milestone of cycle 10. Yeah, this is going pretty slowly. Partly because I'm keeping up with friggin' chat on this one. You guys are being very talkative today, which is great. But I am trying to make sure I'm reading all the chat. Now, what do we want to make with the Rock Crusher? Probably iron, right? Because we'll eventually make this sustainable. Let's just do iron in here. In fact, let's just do, I don't know, 20 lots in here. Start. I think they're probably 9. People were starting to get idle. That's fine. Right, speed up again. We need to make the power bank infrastructure. Maybe I'll just put that up here. Right. I hope this is a boob. No, no boobs. Okay. Omelets. We don't want omelets either, do we? No. Okay. Reject! Get him out of here. Hello, Little Pure Water on YouTube. What would you recommend for beginning players like me seeking to improve this game? I have no idea what to do and it's overwhelming. Definitely play games, play Oxygen Not Included, make mistakes, learn things, and go through it. Keep restarting. Don't be ashamed to restart as you're learning different mechanics. I have lots of runs. I have lots of Twitch runs on YouTube that I've saved in playlists. where you can see things that I do when I'm starting my games, and I have a lot of specific advice there for different setups. We have a lot of runs now at this point. But the key thing is just learning, getting an intuitive feel of how things work yourself, what you like to do, what you don't like to do, and then you can do that. Use a dupe and sacrifice them to the oil biome. Yeah, maybe. Oh, look. Here she is. So she's in the abyss biome, and now if we go up to the bit here, she's also here. Very funny. Watching here to double the income. Nice. Yes. I'm not sure what actually makes more revenue from watch time. Obviously, actually, I'm pretty sure it's YouTube because I don't run ads on Twitch because it interrupts the live broadcast. I don't know how YouTube works with ads on the live broadcast. But the thing is, on YouTube, you guys will always have the VOD, so I'm not so worried about that. But on Twitch, people only have the Twitch VOD for a limited amount of time, so I want to make sure that if they're only watching on Twitch, they're not getting interrupted by ads when they're asking questions. That's my philosophy on it. You appreciate it? You have premium? Yes. YouTube Premium is definitely feeling kind of more and more necessary these days. My god, this is too much digging. I don't need you to do all of this. I'm going to make this priority 1. I want you to do literally anything else before this. It's good that we're exploring down here, and there is powerful stuff down here. But I think I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. I think we actually just need to plan things a bit more normally at the moment. So... you also need to make this. I need to actually give someone operating priority. So perhaps we give Charlie Kelly operating priority too. Yeah, I think that might need to happen. I can make the eco power banks now as well. So let's make 10. Let's get those started. Ugh, this is going to be so slow with only 3 dupes. But I'm determined to make this work with only Bionic dupes. We have the tidal generators. The only thing we're really lacking now is gear balm production. That's the next research we should do. So let's do the apothecary. And then we need to get to the tallow gear balm pattern. Although I'm pretty sure that should cover it. Eco power banks at level 9, it's pretty speedy. I guess. Not bad. Yeah, keep intaking more oxygen. I do like that the gases stay very pure when you have just the Bionic dupes, because they're just breathing all the oxygen. There's no carbon dioxide involved. Priority 1 in this economy. YouTube mutes stream and plays an ad side by side with it, but it always happens right before something cool's about to happen. Be said. Ah, I see. Okay. I must say as well, I think I have generally less control over YouTube ads than I do over Twitch ads. But I'm just glad that I can multi-stream this now. Flatulent Bionic they don't exist! This is for the benefit of everyone. For sure. You're doing the research again. You have made some iron. But we're going to need a little bit more than that. Yeah, let's just speed 3 it now. Oh my god, you're grabbing the iron all the way from down there. Maybe I shouldn't have made it out of iron. Okay, we are switching this to 1. And then we're going to make the rest of them out of friggin... Wait, did you drop the iron? That's very funny. Right, apothecary can go here as well. The methanogen hack booster, can't wait. Oh my god, imagine. Guys, I'm a life form. I'm an artificial life form that was designed specifically to fart. This is my existence. They put me in the fart box and they don't let me out. What the heck? What is paint overlay? Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going back to me mode now. Let's actually turn my lamp on. This is a mod. I have a mod that lets you paint wires and pipes so that you can organize them. I'm not going to do it at the moment, but essentially if I turn this on, I can paint the whole wire network orange, and then I can make another wire network green. But I really enjoy that for when I have really bad wire spaghetti going. Luke, I'm your farter. Yeah, we did a farters run on YouTube a long time ago on the flipped asteroid when that came out, and that was very successful. We had 40 flatulent dupes, and we actually got them all to go into space and make a giant nuclear reactor. So that was a very successful run. One of my favorites, actually. And I think we even actually did a summary video in the Blast from the Past playlist. So if you just want to watch one YouTube video and get caught up on that whole Twitch run, it should be there. I made this priority 1 and you're still doing this. The Jawbo is judging 0. The new run with all flatulent is worse with the new bubbles. How so? How does that make it worse? Yeah, I think a fart hack booster would be pretty good for the Bionic Planet Pack. If they're going to do that. Oh look, we found the uranium biome. Now, are we going to find a conveniently placed beta hive? That would be funny. Oh my god! Look at these Paku! These Paku were picked poorly. I mean, at least there's Abyssalite here. But like, come on. That's awful. They like the big bean juice. There is so much gold amalgam here, it's great. Well, we'll keep looking, but this is going to be kind of annoying for them to grab. There's coal down here as well, by the way. Coal isn't bad. Lots of broken liquid lock shenanigans? Yeah. Right, you're making more iron. Okay. That's the second lot of iron. So now we can make... yeah, 1 power bank charger. So that is going to go up here. And then that is going to go up here. And then I'm going to put a tile here. And then you're going to build that right now. And then we're going to probably need to do a little bit more of this. I like how obsidian is renewable with sulfur now. Yes, I'm really happy that Guild Goes let you get renewable obsidian. Renewable building material from critters is based and epic. Hello, Plushy Bunny. Hope you're enjoying Oni from YouTube. Do farters fart in their Atmo suit and release their poison gas when they unsuit? Yes, I think so. You heard of Lava Chicken? Well, we introduced Lava Paku. I have a YouTube video about Lava Paku. And a Lava Pit as well. There is stuff on there. Hello, Redneck353. Hope you're doing well. How is Oxygen Not Included treating you? Are you playing Oxygen Not Included? We've started a new run today. You can probably tell because we're on cycle 10. And we've got only Bionic Dupes. We're doing only Bionic Dupes on the Aquatic Planet Pack. We've shuffled other DLC biomes in. We have already found a Spigot Seal biome. We're going to make Tallow Gear Balm for everyone pretty quickly. Maybe today, even. We also found a Knit Lura biome with a Jawbo in it. And we're mining it for gold amalgam and, I guess, polluted oxygen at the moment. So that's kind of fun. Let me give you a shout out. That was the wrong command, wasn't it? Redneck353. There you go. Sent a dupe on a one-way trip to today. It was fun. Nice. Good. And all farts to run in the Aquatic Planet Pack would be very funny. Maybe we'll do another one. I'm very eager to make sure that my channel isn't just associated with farting. I was very worried when Flip Farters was like by far the most successful YouTube run I ever did, and we did it for 40 streams. And I was worried that people were just going to know me as the farting guy more than like anything else. I was very worried. That thankfully didn't end up happening. Right, I don't think we want to go too much further over here. Okay, so power bank charger's getting built. Let's get you to keep building that. What do you mean, fish guy seems sticky? Yeah, the fish guy stuff is definitely stuck. But the Flip Farter stuff came out fairly recently after I got the fish. Because we did start streaming before I actually got the fish. So you need to load this up. And that does mean it's going to come here as well. We've made 3 empty power banks. Okay, that's a good start. My normal size? I'm on spaced out size. So this is a little bit smaller than usual. There you go. Arrow keys go. Just play through and make our own thermal gas. Oh god, I'm not commenting on that. Okay, so we're getting the power banks charged. Right, let's speed up. We need to go a tiny bit faster. We do have at least another half an hour to go. I think 10 eco power banks is a good start. Now, the other thing is, let's actually have a look at the wire. We're already running this at 960 watts with the soldering station. So I think we're pretty... Okay, we actually browned out. There's probably a sign that I'm going to need more batteries. It's charging up pretty quickly, but this is because we're not running the soldering station. So I think one power bank charger for now will do. And then what we could do is when we make more gaskets, we can hook up more tidal turbines and hook them up to just wires with the stuff here. And yeah, I know you're grabbing the abyss light from this biome as well. That's kind of sad. You actually already mined all of this. That's good. Why is depleted brine leaking in here? Hello? Was that... I think that was just in here already. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. What's this? What is this? It's not the brain machine. Am I going crazy? Oh, the Printerceptor. Oh, yeah, it is probably the Printerceptor. Right, well, we need to go grab that then, because the Printerceptor is the most busted thing in the game. Guys, I have a bad feeling about all this melting mercury. Well, mercury is fine. Mercury does not bother the Bionic Dupes, shall we say. So I'm going to ignore the mercury. That's probably not good, though. I don't think we should have exposed any of this mercury. Mercury melts so easily. Oh, whatever. Whatever. Right, okay. Let's get... This is going to be a right pain. You know what? Let's not actually bother yet. We have enough stuff that we want to do. When we run out of stuff to do with the stuff that we've already got on the map, then we'll do it. Okay? Oh, God. Pressure under the tiles. Oh, God! You're right! It's all seeping up through the floor. Well, what do I do about that? Vacuum? Some liquids. I guess I'm going to have to priority 9 dig this. And then let the liquid out that way. That doesn't really help anyone, does it? You know what? I actually don't care. That could break. I don't mind those tiles breaking and this not working because we're not running this. We're not going to have any dupes sleeping in this run, remember? Just let it break. We're already committing economic, ecological terrorism. Okay. Make sure to grab the glass tiles for large hydroponics tiles. Yeah, we'll do that when we start actually going for the things. I think this is going to take a while to charge up these power banks. Okay, why are we running out of power on this now? Oh, they're not all running? We probably need to hook up more tidal turbines then. What's the next easiest one to do? Eco-terrorism. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, yeah. There's one down here. That looks like a pretty easy one to do. So, oh, we don't have gaskets. True. Okay, we're gonna have to wait on that then. Well, it's better than nothing. Let's get this gear bar made. Slap a park sign there and call it a day. Yeah. Vote now. Will it flood with either A, polluted brine, or B, liquid mercury? Well, it's definitely going to flood with polluted brine. We know that. I still don't think there's going to be enough conductivity here for the mercury to melt generally. But I could be wrong, because mercury is an absolute wimp when it comes to melting. We made plenty of empty eco power banks now. That's good. We just need to actually charge them up. We have not a lot of power left. So we probably need to make some more metal power banks again. Okay. We also need a medical booster. So let's go ahead and make one of those. And we'll give that to the next dupe that we get. In fact, this needs to be priority 8. Because we need to be doing the other one instead. Sorry. Ugh. Power banks, eh? We're gonna have to set up more power stuff and fast. So... Thimble Reeds as well. The good news is, we have plenty of polluted water in here we can start grabbing for Thimble Reeds. So let's actually just do this. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the farm tile right here. When we research it. How's the power graph? Let's have a look in a bit. We'll obviously want this wire to come over here as well. And we're going to get these guys in ammo suits as soon as we possibly can. So go ahead and build those things. But yeah, if we look at the power graph... power use? That's not what I'm looking for, is it? You know what I would really like to see? I would like to see a graph of the battery level. But generally it's okay. But I don't think we're going to be able to charge more than one of these very quickly. So Zarek just grabbed one. We need to keep filling them up. Okay, Charlie Kelly has grabbed another one. Oh my god, we need to do the friggin' mess table. That is non-negotiable. Sorry, they're wasting so much time going down here. We've had this happen before as well, haven't we? Yeah, you're getting liquid exposure. That's fine. That's fine. You can do that in a bit. Building all the wires. I probably don't need you to do that first. I should probably make this priority 5. I think we're going to have to actually use the other priority settings for these build commands this time. Because we need someone to make that power bank. I'm going to yellow alert that. You guys can finish that wire later. Oh, colony summary. Yeah. You're right, this one. Yeah, it's been pretty good. On here, we haven't had the power bank charger. Now we do have the power bank charger. Looks like we have been making a little bit of spare power. So we could potentially put another one in, but that is definitely going to overload the wire. Yeah, I know the button gives you the graph. Yeah. I feel like the duplicate will completely backfire if any amount of water spills and you have to mop up your entire base. Yes, it probably will. We shall see. I wish they had a net power graph. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Oh wow, there you go. Ooh, a new way to tell me I'm low on power banks. What is that? You've got the bouncy message. That's funny. Well, I'm glad I actually had an alert for that. Random fact of the day. When you crash land a dupe, it's only 100 breath. Oh my god, stupid bike is outside. It's only 100 breath, you don't get full swimming load. Oh, that's not good. Windows are shut. Out of interest, could any of you guys hear the bikes? I'm imagining probably not. So you're telling me not everything is priority 9? No. The graph suggests most of the power is wasted. Well, I mean, I don't know. It has been wasted until today. That's true. Right, Kunak Tien, you need the power bank. That needs to happen. So, good luck with that, Kunak Tien. Critical power level, indeed. You are making the power banks, right? Yeah, good. Okay. Circuit overloaded. I love it. Good. Let's not make any more of these for now. I don't really want to run that building if I don't have to. Right. I think they're priority 9. Nope, didn't hear bikes. Oh, well, that's good. Need to add more batteries to hold the intermittent power reduction from the tidal turbines. That is true. We do actually have jumbo batteries now, so we could put a jumbo battery here, and that would help, for sure. So let's go ahead and build that. Let's make that priority 7. Yeah, I think we are just mostly at the moment suffering the problems of having only a few dupes. If we had more dupes doing the labor, it'd be easier for them to make the power banks and do other stuff. But yes, definitely. Now that we actually have the tech, let's actually get more than one thing. Yeah, I think the key is I need to make sure that we're not letting the random liquids slip through and just flood everything, because otherwise it's going to be really bad. I want to get the dupes and suits as soon as possible. But we do have other errands that need doing first. You require gunk extraction? Well, that's fine. You have a gunk extractor. There you go. And you're going to get more power banks from that as well. Okay, so that's not so bad. We will have to get to the point where we can wean ourselves off of the power banks. Our Tidal Turbines are that great energy-wise. Each one is 300 watts, and they're not running all the time. So it's not a huge amount of power, but it is free, provided you have the gaskets for it. So it's good to get working early. But obviously we need to make the gaskets for that, which means we need rubber or plastic. And the good news is, with Bionic Dupes, it's very, very easy for us to actually get in here and grab random plastic from the tubules. This tubular is actually ready to grow. So, I think what I should actually do, and I think what I'm... Well, it's easy to grab if you can swim, isn't it? Yeah, okay. I think they're going to run out of gear balm soon as well. Yeah, gear oil's running pretty low. We need that. We need those mess tables so we can bring the dupes up here. Now, these tiles don't have any back walls, so let's actually tile this up as well, and then we'll put the mess tables in here. 225 watts when including downtime. Yeah, that makes sense. There's lots of them, but they're not very potent per turbine. That's for sure. Right, do not repair this. Right, we have another battery. That is good. Now, from what I remember, we need 2 power bank chargers. No, we need 1 power bank charger for 2 Bionic Duplicants. So we do want to get another one of these running, but we'll need to get the other Tidal Turbines hooked up first. But I think I'm just going to wait until we get suits for that. I think we're just going to make a couple of metal power banks, leaving the back walls behind the tiles on the floors. These ones don't have back walls behind them. We're digging up all the back walls wherever we're building anything. I'm sick to death of that from the previous run. Some of them did? What? No, they didn't. Look. There's no back walls here. I checked. I checked! Every single tile I've been making, I've been digging out the back walls behind it. The one right next to the door. Left of the door. Oh, god damn it. Ah. That's so annoying. I mean, you can kind of see it underneath here as well, can't you? That is the most annoying thing. You have to check every individual tile. Because the game doesn't tell you. The game does tell you when you hover over the tile, but not if you've already built over it. That's so sad. And if you queue up the build, there's the other stuff. You just build ladders first. Yeah, I know you do. It's a pretty good idea. But, like, then you've got the dupes building a load of other things. I'm not sure I always want them building a load of other things. An oxyfern? Okay. We're not getting offered any Bionic dupes today. That's probably fine at the moment. Okay, I'm more comfortable with this power consumption now that we know that 2 of the 3 dupes are covered. We're getting plenty of gumwood. Let's keep adding resources to the list. So we want... what do we want? Reed fiber, yes. Tallow, yes. Ice, maybe. Gold amalgam, iron ore, yes. Abyssalite, yes. Probably gumwood. Probably polluted dirt. Don't need power banks on the list, actually.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you very much for the follow. Glinting Ostrich, enjoy your fishy and froggy emotes. Congratulations. Joining the fish club. I don't think we need any rock in here. Iron, yes. Mercury, no. We're not doing anything with mercury on this run. I think I will put the oxyfern, the Thimble Reed. We got a sea. We got a sea comb as well. Let's do that. Let's remind ourselves we actually have these seeds. I just realized it's boops only. Yeah. The coquina back wall looks like a badly trimmed bush sticking out of the bikini. That's funny. Good, good. Personally, I just don't dig them up. It looks nice. Yeah, I mean, there's so much material in these asteroids, it doesn't tend to matter. Right. Someone needs to do this friggin' tile. Because Charlie Kelly is just actively not doing anything. I'm going to get you to dig these tiles in the meantime. There you go. We're still doing the research as well. Okay. This gunk pool is getting full pretty quickly. Oh, you know what we should do? We should get the Sanishell, if we get a Sanishell egg, and we should put it in the gunk pool to clean the gunk. Is that allowed? Back walls provide extra mass for heat to sink into? Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of oxygen in here. Well, that's not a lot of oxygen. We're doing fine. Just low on power banks, like usual. I'm sure having the mess tables will help though, because then we can actually have the they can actually eat the batteries right next to where the batteries are being made. Isn't that a good idea? Yeah, you're very quick doing the research though, that's good. I could put a light over here as well, but I'm not overly fussed about that right now. This is good because we obviously need the reed fiber. And then once we've done this, we actually need to get the hydroponic farm very quickly, I think. The Thimble Reeds. And we'll just pump all the polluted water off the map and get a fixed amount. We do actually have a polluted water vent down here. So this is going to be sustainable Thimble Reed production. Love me a good polluted water vent. Wondering why dupes aren't doing anything while they're on downtime is one of the most owning experiences of all time. Yeah. Why is nothing getting done? Oh, all of my dupes are on break. That is true. Right. Mess tables. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Go for it. We got the muscle tongue right here. We have 2,100 kilograms of gumwood already. We should probably make sure that we're actually getting the plant pulverizer soon as well, which is up here. Because then we can get the latex, and then we can make the rubber, but for that we'll need a vulcanizer. That might come later. I think we'll just speed through it now. I'm still wondering if there's any more easy tidal turbines to hook up. That one kind of looks easy. This one's not great, but we kind of want to go over here anyways because of the algae, right? Let's dig this algae. Don't worry about the back wall. Don't worry about the back wall, and then... What I could do is I could let this water down here, and then it should be easy to access this. So I think what we would do in that respect is then we would go down here, dig that, go past all of that water, get in here, and then we'll figure out what to do. Cycle 13, your wires are already starting to explode. Yeah, we just need to hook up separate wires for these. We need 2 separate wires with different sets of tidal turbines. There's one here as well that we could potentially do. We could dump that brine on it and this water. It might be a bit tricky. This one might actually be easier to access. We could possibly do that one right now. I think if we go down like... Okay, that one's... This could happen, but we need to put ladders on it. So I think what we'll do is we'll come in here. Yeah, dig that sand. That's fine. Put a ladder here. Dig that. Dig this. Dig that. Dig that. Then ladder. Ladder. Ladder, and then we can put a turbine on this, and then put the wire in. That's probably fine. Right, you're getting stressed from the liquid, but that's okay. You're nearly done with this pump. That's good. So now we just need a hydroponic farm for the Thimble Reed. And you definitely need to build these. This needs to happen immediately. And then when everyone comes back for their break, which will be cycle 15, or as soon as they want power banks, I guess. I'll need to get you to keep making more power banks in the meantime. Honestly, if I was doing this, my boops would be upset with me very quickly. I've done quite a few boop-only starts in the past. I'm not going to pretend I'm super proficient at them, but I've also managed to do quite a few of them without the boops dying. Now, the natural gas fissure seems quite appealing because we have geodes, which means we have a large amount of actual diamond available. So that is probably something I should actually prioritize grabbing. We can grab that at the same time as some of this copper. So what we'll do is we'll get in here and then we can dig that this way. In fact, actually, you know what? That's the way I can go as well. And then I can get in here, I can do that. And then... something along those lines. And then we could get into the natural gas area, but we'll want to liquid lock that off. Did you meddle with pin pockets and diamond making wall plant in the abyss? Yeah, pin pockets are really good. They're pretty simple and they're a pretty good way of making diamond. But we'll definitely use geode diamond for now. Right, you've dug in here, which will let us get to this tidal turbine. And you're going to dig into that one later, that's okay. They're not very quick, are they? I'm quite happy that these tidal turbines are sorted and we're not worrying about the liquids too much. I'm very keen to make sure that they're sealed off from a liquid point of view. So I might also get you to... There's no back walls here, are there? So I might also get you to just build tiles here, just so that I don't undermine this by accident. There's a back wall here, so let's dig that out. And then I'll build these tiles here. No, that's not right. Build these tiles here, and these back walls. And then... Actually, that could be a ladder. Dig those. Okay. What do you think the new dupe type is going to be? What do you mean a new dupe type? Clay announced they're going to be doing a new dupe type? Do we need more dupe types in this game? I mean, I did talk about it a while ago, having dupes breathe something other than oxygen as a resource loop enabler. That could be fun. What if you had dupes that breathe carbon dioxide instead, and you had to make large amounts of that? That would be pretty fun, because lots of buildings produce waste carbon dioxide. Are we going to stop at Boops as the only dupe variant? Well, I mean, I think they probably will. Boops, I think they took quite a big risk with the Boops, and I think a lot of people didn't really like them. And it's also a lot of extra art assets they have to make and get working with all the animations. I don't think it's very efficient from a development point of view. I think them having event dupes that you unlock via the story traits is the more efficient way of releasing that content in the game. Pin pockets also feel kind of busted. No rads needed, fertilizer needs a resource, and very good quality non-perishable food. Yeah, pin pockets are quite good. I think what it comes down to is the Abyss biome provides really good resources, but it's not at scalding temperatures. So it's actually very easy to access all of the technology. That is definitely the impression I get, is that it's easier than... The risk-reward ratio is out of whack, rather than the reward of the items being out of whack. I think they needed to actually make this just 20 degrees hotter, and then it would be reasonable. Hello, Engineer Troy. I sadly cannot see those emotes. Photosynthetic dupe. Fish dupe. Good idea. It's almost scalding temperatures, so if you're on Captain Brian Geysers, it quickly causes scalding. Yeah, but like... I don't know, just don't do that. I guess these can cause it to get scalding pretty quickly. Yeah. I want one of the mutations to be... Lum Thumbs, where they harvest multiple plants at a time. I like the idea of it just being like a regular lum, except it just has big, long arms that reach into other tiles. Like, I don't know, like big, creepy, like man hands, like that guy from SpongeBob, the Strangler, or Mr. Steely from Rick and Morty. That's the vibe I want to see. Yeah, we're hanging out with the Bionic Dupes. We're one stream in. Double fishes increase temp slower than just opening up the oil biome next to this. Yeah, that's true. There's a mod for a frog dupe, got it. But didn't try it yet. Looked fun. Personally, like a bird dupe. Oh my god. I think having dupes that breathe in different materials and excrete different materials is potentially interesting, but that feels firmly like mod territory to me. Right, look. Can you just build these? The issue with having our builder also be the operator is that the building tasks don't get done, and then we need the operating tasks getting done as well. So I think I'm going to lower the operating priority on Charlie Kelly and bump it up on Connectian. Let's see if that works. Are you actually making the... Oh my god, why are you making these out of gold amalgam? No, 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 no. Make it out of zinc. Then build these. I hope Away Crew lets me get a boop. Yeah. There's a mod to make the dupe like that. That'd be sick. You'd like to see tradable critters as an alternative to automation from mechatronics, i.e. Bio, Flido, and Sweepy. Maybe. The flesh Sweepy went. True. My god. We're studying the fish. They're foreign and weird to us. Right, okay. Well, I'm not going to pretend I've gotten everything I want to get done today. I think this is the reality of just having a couple of Bionic Dupes doing all the work. Let's go for one more print, and then we will get more stuff done. But let's actually get the Thimble Reed set up. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. That's the last thing. That is literally going to go right here, because it's nice and warm here. And then we're going to dig this, and then we're going to put the Thimble Reed in. And we built all of this in advance, because it's that important. Do we have more than one seed? We will have more than one seed. I don't really want to go and grab a load more. Yeah, go ahead and do that. And hopefully we'll get to print a Bionic Dupe, and then I don't forget about this redemption. Yeah, do that, do that. You could build these tiles as well, although that's not super urgent. But I'm glad you're enjoying it, Engineer Troy. I will have to check out your stuff if you are making content as well. I'll have to go have a look. Twist against the shower for the dupes. The grooming for a critter. Flesh Sweepy shall sweep up duplicants and critters alike, truly the most horrifying critter. Oh my god. Are we getting the Oni analog horror? Is that what's happening? I think the only analog horror is my piping arrangements. Stop making stuff out of gold amalgam. Oh, it's because... Oh my god. It's because we've dug up more gold amalgam than any other metal on the map. That's so funny. Isn't Thimble Reed 3 tool? It is. I'm just a moron. Okay, let's dig that out as well. Now I'm sad because it's going to look all weird, but I'm not going to focus on this too much. I'll just get that done. Right, skills. Oh, skills. That's good. Okay, so let's get improved gears too, because that gives you athletics as well. And then Connectian can have another booster. We will have to make another booster. That could possibly be another branching booster or a researching booster. That might be a good idea. Right, this needs to be Thimble Reed. There you go. Yeah, they've got the grinding gears now, so they're getting the reduced penalty because we picked the right thing, but that is giving them... Oh, where do I find that again? Oh, here. It's giving them -4 athletics and plus 15% stress. So we do need to sort that out. So I'm going to need you guys to go to sleep. The other thing is, it frequently interrupts or not interrupts, but like stops them from doing their things because they play the animation of them having the grinding gears penalty, which is not good. Pips plant and build tiles, but it uproots whatever build is in the way. Analog horror mode. Pip planting rules are randomized every 30 seconds. I thought that was just the regular game mode. 160 kilograms of polluted water per cycle. Nice. Who is actually going to do this errand? I need to priority. I need to yellow alert that. And then we need someone... We need to get the dupes back here to make the things. How many... Okay, we do actually have enough power banks here now that everyone should come to bed at a reasonable time. So when everyone's in here, we'll set them to sleep and make some more boosters. We'll go for another 10 or 15 minutes. Okay. That should be fine. It's plenty hot here. Okay. There you go. You're going to pump now, and that should fill you with good water. Good. I'm not going to bother with a farm station. This grows quickly enough. We got a lure seed as well. That's good. We have 5 tons of diamond. Sure. I will get these hooked up pretty quickly, because natural gas power is going to be very helpful to us, I think. We'll consume all the polluted water with more Thimble Reeds. No more dupe. Oh my god, look at the Freya though. Freya looks fantastic with the +12 digging and the frost proof, but narcoleptic is not so good. Ah, irritated. I wanted another dupe. Highborn Jace, you're gonna have to remind me tomorrow. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna post on the Discord in the Whiskers Lounge. So, Highborn, Jace. No, not that button. Right, Highborn, Jace. Rename a dupe. Who did you want me to rename again? Are you still around? Rancher. Okay, cool. Name a Rancher dupe. Yeah, I'll keep a checklist of all of the name redemptions here. And then Nematrek mini fridge. Okay, cool. Right. Okay, everyone should be coming back to the base now at least. Grab a power bank, right? Yeah, good. Where am I going to put a mini fridge? Man, I don't know. We'll see. When everything is priority 9, nothing is? Yeah, but not everything's priority 9. Right, is everyone back at the base? We got Zarek on the way. Yeah, you were all rotating around in good order. That's good. Yeah, go have your power bank. I really do... Yeah, this is surprisingly necessary, to be honest. Yeah, keep eating your power banks. And then... I think I will set you to sleep, and then we'll wrap it up. You dropped it here. Thankfully, this is not a watery tile, but I should have thought about that. Right, I'm going to put you on the schedule now. And you will sleep. You will make boosters, and I will remember to make them in the morning. Maybe we'll just get it to the morning. Okay, you know what, that's fine. Let's save it. Don't I normally skip refrigerators? Yeah, but we'll find a reason to have a refrigerator. Okay. Well, I think that's been a successful stream. Let's head on over to the end. But thank you very much for hanging out, everyone. It's always exciting when we start a new run, in Oxygen Not Included. The Bionic Dupes are going to be taking a bit slowly until we can actually print more of them. But that's okay. We at least have the Tidal Turbines hooked up. We definitely have the power to actually make more eco power banks for everyone. We have the gunk going into a little pit. And we have tallow, so we can start making tallow gear balm. But I think what we'll do is we'll hold on to the tallow for now and make regular gear balm to start. And we'll work on making a tallow boiler as quickly as possible, because that should be pretty quick once we get more dupes going. But until then, we'll just have the reduced grinding gears penalty on everyone. New mod idea. Whenever boops inhale for long enough, it begins to inhale debris and eventually destroys surrounding tiles before finally becoming a black hole. Oh my god. But yeah, thank you for everyone watching on YouTube. If any of you guys have any tips on how to incorporate YouTube chat directly into OBS alongside the Twitch chat, let me know on the Discord, and I will work on this. But I'm gonna be honest, my top priority at the moment is to get the Rex Dartle video done. So if you're looking for the YouTube comments on the VOD, have a look at the VOD on YouTube. It'll be there right now, or at least when I close the stream. We'll keep posting all the VODs to YouTube, and they'll be there forever with the live chat. And then obviously the Twitch comments will be on the stream, and you can get the full experience rewatching on there if you really want. But yeah, I think this is going well. Let's go raid someone. I don't know who we're gonna go raid. Who indeed? Who? I'm an owl. Let's go raid. Let's go raid me. No. Why is it suggesting me as a suggested collab? Is that because I'm streaming on YouTube at the same time? I don't know. That's stupid. Carrie actually. Let's go raid Carrie actually. Friend of the channel. Very underrated Oxygen Not Included player. Very talented. They're on cycle 223 and they're doing an all achievement run on the Aquatic Planet Pack. So if you have any fishy emotes, feel free to send them Carrie's way. And I will see you tomorrow where we'll keep going and hopefully make more progress. Bye for now.